And we are live here at Plus One EXP. I have a whole intro I usually do, and as soon as we clicked live, I forgot what it was.
Oh
You
no!
do this 100 times, and then one day it just drops out of your brain. Hi, welcome to Plus One EXP. We're a weird little brand that multi-classes in tabletop game design, beard and skincare alchemy, and the Bardic College of Content Creation. Our dream and hope here at Plus One is to help amazing designers find great players who love their games, and great players find amazing designers whose games they can love. And one of the ways we do that is by sitting down and playing a game with people. And today we're playing Underfoot. So I'm gonna go around and I'll have everyone introduce themselves. Kat, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, tell us your pronouns,
Hi,
and tell us a little bit about the game we're gonna play today.
I am Kat. I am the plus one viewers might know me as the flight attendant of Take Flight, the show that helps new designers get their dreams off the runway and into the sky. I love helping. It's my favorite. My pronouns are they, she, and I have written a game about being profoundly unhelpful. This is called Underfoot. The players, play an assortment of magical little guys who have been created or enchanted or built or summoned by a wizard who is a real butthole and who they hate. And it's Halloween, the most important day in a wizard's calendar. So now's a pretty good time to mess with him and pay him back for being such a jerk all the time. That's the concept. We're going to have some silly little shenanigans from some little guys.
Cool.
I would love to meet my little guys.
Yeah, popcorn's around. Who goes next? Well, not all of you at once.
I guess I'll go next.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I am known on the internet as Hessen of Hessens County, and my pronouns are they, them. And are we supposed to talk about the little guy now, or will we hold that off for a minute?
We can hold that off for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Who wants to go next?
I can. Hi, I'm Zero. I'm from the Twitch stream. Zero does stuff because Zero does stuff and screw grammar.
Yes.
I get pronouns she, her, they.
Perfect. And that leaves us just one final person.
Hi, I'm Mary Lee. I like playing and making and thinking about and reading about and doing anything related to games. She, her, they, them.
I guess I should introduce myself if you haven't seen these streams before. Hi, I'm Keegan. I use they, them pronouns. I'm here all the time. You can constantly find me. I'll be here literally all week. With that, we talked a little bit about safety tools off stream. But just so the viewers know, we are using lines and veils. We also have an X card, and we've also agreed that if we're not having fun, we'll just bail, and that's great. Other than that, though,
in case of an emotional emergency, please familiarize yourself with the exits to the stream.
And Kat, I'm gonna hand it off to you.
Hi, okie dokie. So as I said, you work for Demetrius the Great. The vibe is very Disney Yen said. The vibe is very shitty Merlin. Just like if Merlin was a real bastard man. Just a classical big robe, big beard wizard man with a large pointy hat. What's under the hat? We'll talk about that in a second. He lives in a great tower. He has the ear of the queen. It is said that the queen does not make any major decisions of state without hearing first from Demetrius and his many scryings into realms unknown and observations of the spheres and what one does when one is a wizard. The people adore him. He's a worker of great miracles. He's brought prosperity to this country. At least he's given credit for giving prosperity to this country. But the party sees him when the crowds don't. The party sees a petty and snide. He kind of sabotages you guys. He pits you against each other. He's always he sucks. He sucks to work for, he sucks to live with, and today is your perfect opportunity to pay him back for being so shitty. Oh, gasp, Keegan, how dare you? How dare you? So, I would like to introduce you to Demetrius the Great's little assistants. Keegan.
Yeah. Who am I? I'm a frog. I didn't think about naming myself, but hi. I'm a frog. Does someone have a good frog name for me? I'll ask the chat. If anyone in the chat has a good name for a frog, type it out for me, and I'll come back and introduce it later. Yeah, I'm a little familiar though. I'm a little frog. I wear a big wizard hat. Hopscotch is great. We'll go with hopscotch.
And we have 6 stats in this game, but players only choose 4 of them. Oh, Marcus von Crocus is also good. The stats are wind, water, fire, earth, light, and dark. Everyone will be choosing 4 of these stats. And we'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit.
Yeah, okay. So my 4 stats. I assume I should have done this. My bad. I'm a
They're
frog.
basically 4, 3, 2, 1 down the line, unless you're an elemental.
Yeah, we're good. I got this. Water, 4. Dark. I like dark, wet places. 3.
Yeah.
Wind because I can jump. 2. Earth because I'm not a bird. 1.
Gotcha. Good. Excellent. Perfect. Can jump, isn't a bird. Frog. So we have met one little guy. The familiar has a special power.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what it is off the top. Oh, I've just scrolled to it. Magic Bond. So if Demetrius decides to cast a spell on this frog, he has to also put a little more into it because he has a magical bond with this creature. It's hard to turn his magic against itself.
Wonderful. Yeah. You can spend 2 energy to cast a spell. And do I need to choose a scene now, or is that a thing we do later?
I'm going to build his timetable once we've introduced everybody.
Cool.
So you can think between your scenes for a bit.
Sounds good.
Cyril, are you in a place? Are you good?
I'm great.
Sorry,
Well,
who?
Yeah, Cyril, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. I'm playing a little imp. A little devilish dude with little wings and horns. I don't have a name for him, but I assume Dixon will call him something as long as it's not Steve. And I've chosen for my stats, I've gone with dark because I need to trick someone or sneak around. I've gone with wind so I can fly somewhere or tell someone something, I guess. Yep. I've gone with fire so I can wreck things. I doubt I will comfort anyone. And earth so I can hide something.
All right. And the special ability of an imp is Wicked Advisor. When the imp uses a move to lead someone astray, they get to treat their stat as being 1 higher because they are very good at that. They're extremely good at that. Also, make note of any, so both of you have earth and wind. Mm-hmm. Just like put a mark next to those stats. Those stats are in paradox, and I'll explain what that means when it comes up.
Nice.
Okay, I hear from Dixon that it is not Steve because there's no sweater vest on this imp. Is that true?
There is no sweater vest. We'll go for a little waistcoat.
A little waistcoat?
I love not Steve.
Yeah. A little double and a little waistcoat?
I'm writing down not Steve right here for my notes.
Not Steve.
Thanks, Dixon.
We actually can't call them not Steve just because it sounds bad when you say it quickly in retrospect.
This is true. Hassan, Merrily, where are we at?
I can go ahead. We've got our little our little dude is going to be a homunculus. Typically, homunculus are made from like little bits of flesh from the wizard. But this time, our little homunculus is made from the unfortunate lost hair due to male pattern baldness of our great wizard. We were an attempt to try to salvage the situation that went awry and took on a life of its own.
Yeah.
So we take on the shape. And I'm also going to go ahead and say that they use like we us pronouns. We take on the shape of like a sort of a wicker man sort of shape. So like a doll sort of woven hair.
Aw.
Yeah.
The
And yeah, sorry.
cute. I love the homunculus because I just made one that's just a gross little creature, and I love that.
Most certainly. And the 4 stats that I gave them was a 4 in dark, a 3 in earth, a 2 in fire, and a 1 in lights because I like the idea of paradox.
Yeah. It's the way it works is because you're picking 4 out of 6 stats, you're guaranteed to have at least 1 pair of paradox stats. The homunculus's special ability is flesh and blood. Whenever anything bad happens to this little guy's, Demetrius loses energy. It's his own flesh and blood. It's part of him, kind of weird and gross.
Cool.
And that leaves Merrily.
Yeah. I'm playing an elemental. I've chosen fire, kind of like a fire lava girly pop. She just kind of takes whatever shape she feels like, whatever feels the most girly pop for her that day. And so her name's Underfoot. Kind of like Inferno. That I was trying. So I picked the 4 stats of fire, earth, dark, and wind, and I know my starting stat block is different. You could maybe
Yes. Your starting stat line is 5320.
Okay, I can distribute however I want.
Yep.
Okay.
And you pick 4 out of the 6 stats. Since you're a fire elemental, you're probably going to put the 5 in fire, right?
Yeah, so 5 in fire, 3 in earth, 2 in dark, and 0 in wind. So, and I marked my paradoxes.
Okay. So you've also got an earth wind paradox there. Yeah. So the way
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say I think that means everybody has at least 1 in earth, and that's fun.
Yeah. You love to hide things. This is a very sneaky little party. I love that. So the special ability of the elemental is that stat line. It's called raw power. You're the only one who can get a 5 stat off the bat. Because Underfoot is very fire. Made of it, in fact. Conjured from it. And so the way this works is during every scene that we play, you all have a fixed number of actions that you need to spend to try to ratchet up the disaster to a point that Demetrius cannot handle. Every scene you ruin will impact the final scene of the night, the grand summoning. Demetrius will invoke the highest and most forbidden of powers, meant to be beyond his reach. Nothing is beyond his reach, or so he thinks. But by ruining the entire day, you're pretty sure you can ruin this too. So whenever you're taking an action to ruin a scene, you describe to me what you're doing, and then you just add that stat to the disaster unless Demetrius can stop you. So you're going to be setting challenges, and I'm going to be trying to stop you from ruining it as Demetrius. If you use a stat that you have in Paradox, before you use your stat, you roll a die. If the result is even, you use the stat as intended. If the roll is odd, you actually use the other Paradox stat.
Nice.
Oh, you named them Toupee. Okay.
Just for my notes, that is Toupee. I believe Carl is what we ended up with for the imp.
Carl the Imp. Are we going with that, Sarah?
Yeah, it's actually but Carl for short.
Carl's fine, yeah.
And then Innifer, and then Hopscotch Von Crocus.
I love Hopscotch Von Crocus and Innifer and Toupee and Carl, to be honest with you. I love all of them. So I think what I would like to do is let's build this timetable. We have a day planner for All Hallows Eve. It starts with breakfast. Most important meal of the day. So every class has got 2 scenes to choose from. And together as a table, we're going to build what his day looks like. So my question is, let's go in reverse order. Merrily, have you picked a scene?
I have actually. I would like to go with a visit from Apollonia the Wise.
I am so glad. That's one of my favorites. She does not like Demetrius. She'll probably help. You guys, I mean, not him. So we have got 2 slots between breakfast and lunch, 2 slots between lunch and dinner, and 2 slots between dinner and the grand summoning. When is Apollonia coming over?
Apollonia is going to show up kind of fashionably late after lunch.
So just before dinner?
Yes.
Oh,
but she's going to be like, oh my goodness, I tried to make it for lunch. Kind of imply that maybe it's his fault that he eats lunch so early.
Yeah, she is like that. So let's see. The disaster goal for that one is 7 per player, which means you're going to be aiming for a total of 28. And you each get to act twice. Okay. Next is Hessen. I know I keep pronouncing it with different stresses every time.
It's okay. I was thinking. I'm thinking that a good one might be Rights for the Villagers.
Yeah, Rights for the Villagers. He's doing big, impressive magic so he can bless the harvest, and the people think he's good and cool.
Now it's time for us to show them that he's not as cool as he thinks.
Yes. My question is, when are the Rights for the Villagers?
Oh. I'm thinking maybe I'm thinking maybe before lunch.
Before lunch? Just before lunch? Okay.
Yeah.
And just like Apollonia's visit, we've got a goal of 28 and 2 actions. Zero. What are you adding to the timetable?
Well, I was thinking something boring like meditating because I've already got a few ideas.
Okay. Yeah, Demetrius is gonna go. He's got to prepare for the grand summoning. He has to collect his magical energies in his preparation chamber. He burns mystic herbs and stuff. And when is he meditating?
What's left?
We have just after breakfast, just after lunch, and the 2 slots between dinner and the grand summoning.
We'll go for probably after dinner.
Just after dinner.
Yeah.
Meditation. The difficulty for this is 6 per player, which means we have a disaster goal of 24, and you each get to act twice. So finally, Keegan.
Yeah.
What are are we thinking?
I am thinking I want to do mediumship for a lady.
Mediumship.
So a wealthy older matron of the court has asked Demetrius for his help. Specifically, she wants to invoke the ghost of her dead partner to lecture their wayward adult children from beyond the grave. It's the best day for that sort of thing, and she's very well connected at court, so Demetrius has made time. I think the time Demetrius has made is right after breakfast, though, because I think, personally, that's the best time to talk about something.
Now, this one's challenging. This one has got a goal of 32.
Well, I don't want it to be too easy for us.
And you act twice. So, all right. First, Demetrius eats breakfast. And I'm going to, what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate Demetrius's energy. Whenever he chases you guys around, tries to undo the nonsense you've done, he spends energy doing it. And he's only got so much. He can also cast magical spells, but he can only cast them once each per day. Those spells are Imprison, Charm, Locate Object, and Summon spells for each of the 6 elements. Once he's done a spell, he checks it off. He can't cast it again today. And that's all we need. We're doing this for one day. The next, where did I put it? We've built the timetable. We've built the little guys. Where did I put the part about when the man eats? Here it is. At breakfast, we gain 1d8 per player. At lunch and dinner, he gains 1d6 per player. So he has pretty limited energy. So we are going to roll 1d8 by 4. There's my d8. 13, 15, 22. So Demetrius is starting the day with a big breakfast. He has got 22 energy. If he wants to stop what you're doing, he has to spend that much energy. Okay. So we've got 22 energy to stop the guys. And I think while he's eating, just to kind of get into character a little bit, I would love for you guys to have a little strategy meeting while the boss is having his eggs and toast or whatever. Just so that we can meet these little guys.
Yeah, I think we find us.
While moving forward, knowing that violence is off the table, I just wanted to know if you guys had any other ideas, since setting everything on fire didn't seem to be working for you.
Well, I mean, why don't we get the hoppy guy to, like, pee in his cornflakes?
Well, he's currently eating his cornflakes.
I mean, we could make a distraction.
I could jump in there right now.
Yeah.
I love that enthusiasm.
We think that would be better than fire, which is not very comfortable. And he kind of like smooths his Toupee kind of smooths the spot where the fire last time actually like singed their hair.
I don't know that peeing in his cornflakes is going to stop him today, but I do think it would be fun to try.
Yeah.
We could pee in his cornflakes.
We could all pee in his cornflakes. It doesn't have to just be me.
I cannot physically do that, cannot participate. I do not think that Toupee can either, unless I really have miscalculated what Toupee is made of.
Well, maybe we could put a little piece of Toupee in the cornflakes.
Is that cannibalism?
Maybe.
Is it cannibalism if you
I
eat
mean-
your own hair?
We're sure
Okay,
people
so-
we're sure people do that all the time, but we're also sure that we do not wish to be eaten.
No, hold on. I
least not
brought an
today.
agenda planner. So, step number 1, we're gonna pee in the cornflakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, what do we think is step number 2?
You pee in his cornflake.
I can't stress this enough. I can't pee.
This is really going to get away in the way of
What?
our planning today, I
What?
think.
What if you burn a little bit of toupee? Won't that hurt him?
Effigies are made to burn, but toupee is a friend, not an effigy. All right, I'm gonna have to establish this once and for all.
You see Hopscotch pull out a little journal and write, "Toupee is a friend, not an effigy." And if you just glance over his shoulder while he does it, you can see it's been written a number of times. This isn't the first time we've had to hear this.
Yes, this is a conversation you have pretty often, I think.
Okay, so maybe what if we think about, does he have anything that we could hide? Do any of us, we could put it in a place that's inconvenient?
We could hide his pee.
Let's not touching it.
Where is his hat?
His hat?
Yes. Where is his hat?
That's a great question. We could hide his hat. Okay. Let's go with hide.
Hat.
What?
Pee in his hat.
We're gonna put a blanket thing on the agenda. Okay. We're gonna put this at the top of the agenda. It's just gonna say, at any time, those who are physically capable of peeing may choose to pee on any object. It does not have to be on the agenda. It doesn't have to be vetted. But if one of us is going to touch it, specifically me, please let me know.
You see
Okay, are we all
Hopscotch
agreed on this?
opens his journal and says, "Pee anywhere. Ask permission first."
Pee on toupee. I say to Hopscotch.
I think
We are
because
not
toupee,
sure this is such a good idea.
Yeah, I think because toupee isn't an effigy, we should pee near toupee, but not on.
Fine.
Yeah.
So
hide his socks.
we can steal his hat and then hide it.
Yeah.
That will make him super mad, because I think that's where he stores extra toupee.
Pee in his
That is where we came from, yes.
Sorry, what was that?
That is where
shoes.
Oh. Okay, we could definitely take his shoes. Okay.
That's not
Take
what
shoes.
I said.
Well, we
Poop in his shoes.
Oh, good.
I'm gonna draw the line there.
Just because you can't poop.
You're right. It's because I'm bitter and I really just don't want to talk about my lack of bodily functions. You know, it hurts to have to think about it, that I can't do that. So
the door to the dining room swings open and you hear, "What are you all doing?"
Peeing. All of us.
Doors.
Pooping.
Listen, today is All Hallows Eve. As much as I enjoy your very many japes about your urine, today is an important day. I'll have none of it.
Don't pee.
I summoned you with the expectation that you would have the wisdom of the netherworld at your disposal.
Yet neither.
You are a toddler making toilet humor jokes. Be gone with you. Lady Sterling has arrived. I shall be conducting a seance. We are not to be disturbed. And he storms off.
Well, I think that went well.
We think that went badly, but opportunity arises.
Let me get my notebook. Hold on.
I love how very organized Innifer is. Like,
Question.
I everything that I'm holding is just like charcoal and a sheet of wood.
I was about to
or
ask that.
maybe metal. I don't know. I don't know how to hold. I don't know what I could be holding. Maybe she has a fireproof journal.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe you're just like scorching it with your finger.
Oh, a cinder block.
wood burning. Yeah.
Okay. New agenda number 1. Cornflakes are off the table.
We did talk about them for a long time.
A little too long. That's okay. We'll just slot seance shenanigans up at number 1. We all good with that?
Less talk, more pay. Got it.
Nope. You have an amazing way with words. The ability to just hear them from nothing. It's
But he did say he summoned me from the nether world. You know what the nethers are on people. The nethers. I think he
Are
got
you
his wording
unsure?
wrong when he summoned me.
Oh, he just summoned you from the Abyss dimension.
Wow.
Oh, I
The
see.
toilet humor dimension.
Oh, Carl, the demon from the Abyss dimension.
Whole new meaning to the words potty mouth.
Valid. So, Lady Sterling is a small, pinched, tight-faced, tight-haired, just older woman, very stern, very serious. She is seated at a table upon which several candles are burning. Demetrius is just right now lighting what appears to be like incense to fill the room with smoke and a sense of mystery. Seated at the table as well are Lady Sterling's adult daughters, Grace Sterling and Charity Sterling. They do not want to be here. There are 3 unique rules for this scene. This is a dark and misty room. Everyone treats their dark as being too higher during this scene. It's just easy to sneak around. Charity and Grace do not want to be here. The first time the party involves them in a scheme, we're going to add an additional 2 to the disaster. Finally, casting a spell during a seance is a major faux pas. Demetrius must spend energy in order to do it. You can provoke him into casting a spell, especially on hopscotch. It will wear him out faster. You all get to take 2 actions.
You said that the room. How is the room being filled with this, like smoke or fog?
Incense brazier.
Okay. Do I know the fire in the incense brazier? Have we met before?
Ooh.
No, but this is a cousin of the fire from the main salon.
Okay.
So you do kind of have an in because you know him very well.
Okay. I can work with that.
Yeah.
Cool. So do we just take actions?
Yeah, you just take actions, you tell me what you're doing, and I decide whether Demetrius can stop you or not.
Great.
Is where we're at.
The incense brazier, I assume. Could you explain a little bit more? Is there extra incense nearby? What's the dealio with it?
Yeah, I think he's got a box of incense, like a big lacquered box that's next to the brazier. The brazier has hot coals in it, and he reaches into the box and he grabs a fistful of like resins imported from faraway lands and chucks it onto the hot coals. And as he does, the room begins to fill with strong smelling smoke.
Okay. I think for my action, my first action, I would like to probably try to sneak over to the brazier and communicate with the cousin of my good friend, not Steve. No, the fire from the
Yeah.
salon.
Okay. So what are we trying? We're trying to talk to the fire. What are we trying to accomplish by chatting the fire up?
I'd like to basically lend him some of my fire so that he can burn really bright. And what I'd ultimately like him to do is I want him to spit straight into the incense box. But like when I'm away, I want it to be like an appropriately dramatic time. Because
I love that.
As a girly pop, I appreciate dramatic tension. So I wanna wait a little while before I really pull the trigger on that one, but I'm kind of setting it up.
Let's see. Are we putting emphasis on the fact that you're doing this stealthily? Are we using your dark for this?
Yeah, we can definitely use my dark for this. Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you also have light?
I do not. This is not a paradox.
So we're just straight up. Let's see. No, I'm gonna let you get away with this. I think I'm gonna let you get away with this. Demetrius only has so much energy. So what's your dark right now?
It is 4 with that +2.
Okay. So we're gonna add 4. We're gonna add 4. That's where we're.
Great.
Does anybody else have a plan that either builds on that or like is their own plan?
I have a plan. It does not
I'd love it.
quite build on that, but it might. I would like to. I'm going to try to be so helpful in a way that I am not helpful. And I'm sorry. What was this? What's the lady's name here?
Lady Sterling.
Lady Sterling. I would like to go. Yes, mom. Yes, ma'am. Could I help you? And just like really, just gum up the whole process by trying to be helpful, but not having the ability to help.
Okay. What's a good stat for being super underfoot? Just being. I didn't have a stat that's just like being present and being annoying.
I feel like I probably could be more helpful than I am, and in that I am trying to trick her into believing I'm more useless than I am.
Yeah, okay, you're tricking someone. Yeah. And I think, what's your dark?
It is 3, and then I have the +2 from being in the dark room.
5 right
so 5.
now, yeah. Oh, Demetrius would have to spend 5 points to stop this from happening, but he's really annoyed.
I think I keep peeing on her just a little bit as well.
Yeah. I think he's like,
if that'll get him to spend the points.
Your aid here is not required. Oh, get.
Sorry, master.
He means well.
I knock over her tea as I run off.
Wants to call for the moment of appropriate dramatic tension, I can pull my second action and use my fire. So that's just this. If you guys want to play on that and use it in any way, let me know when you want to take advantage. If not, then I'll just play it out myself.
Well, before that moment happens, I think Toupee is going to sneak over to this incense box that's going to get spit into with the fire and actually climb into it and just kind of sit in there. So we're just going to sneak in and we're just going to sit there.
Okay, all right. We're adding Toupee's dark. Am I right?
Yes.
What am I adding?
4.
4. Okay.
Oh wait. Oh right, because of the 2, so it would actually be 6.
Oh wow, Toupee's a crafty little friends. Oh, Toupee. So I think what I'd like to do is before we resolve the spitting into the incense, I'd love to hear what Carl has up the sleeves of his little waistcoat.
All right. Does the mother wear a wig, like a powdered wig or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Carl would like to kind of saunter on up to one of the children and go, by children, I mean adult child, and
Yeah.
go,
Yeah, okay.
hey, like, I know how to get this over with really quickly and piss your mother off, but not make it really your fault. Are you in?
Yeah.
Okay. When shit goes down,
Yeah.
grab a wig and throw it on the pile of incense over there.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Yeah. My natural so you are leading someone astray. You are being a devil, so we are counting your status too higher. I feel like you are not tricking this person. I feel like this might be a wind play, like you're telling someone.
But they probably will get in trouble. That's how I'm tricking them.
No, you got me there. You are, in fact, you have lied about whether or not she will get in trouble by doing this.
It's such a dark group.
So my question is,
I got a 4 plus 2 for the darkness plus 1 for leading astray. So 7.
7 plus 2 for the first play to involve the children.
Yes,
that's 9.
Wow.
Oh, I should really stop you.
That's like
but
9.
It cost 9.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know it's happening yet because this is something I've done on the sly.
This is, you know what? I've got to let you have it because I have to make it to lunch. Like I need to make it to lunch.
That's me every day at work.
It's like I don't have the energy to fix this right now.
I just have to make it to lunch.
I just have to make it to lunch. So now the I think the brazier waits for Innifer to be at a safe distance, and then through the mist you can see an approaching figure. It begins to coalesce, to take form, a face that is no doubt familiar to the people present. And just as the hazy figure opens their mouth to speak, the fire sputters. There's a visible flicker, and an ember gets tossed into the incense. And suddenly, the mixture of the scents is overpowering. Like, I think you see Lady Sterling, like, what the? And, like, with her hand to her sinuses, like, this is too much for her. And Demetrius loses 2 energy because something bad has happened to Toupee.
Self-sacrifice.
Toupee's on fire.
And Demetrius gets up and is like, what are you doing in there? Come on. And he tries to reach in to pull you out, but it's hot. And I think what Demetrius is going to do is he's going to cast Summon Water.
Oh.
And he's going to summon water to, like, fill this incense box and stop this from getting any worse.
Now. Okay,
the wig. Yeah.
Yep, the wig goes in the pile too.
And now it's soaking wet.
Soaking wet.
Just the smell of burning hair and incense.
And wet burning hair.
Yeah.
Wet burning hair now. And Lady Sterling, it's weird because her hairstyle was tight. And underneath there's an even smaller, tighter hairstyle.
She had the exact same hair, just smaller under her
Yeah.
wig.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah, it's very severe. She's a severe lady. And and she is aghast. She's absolutely aghast. And the ghost seems a little bit aghast. The eldest, we're gonna say it was Grace who threw the thing, just kind of looks like I can't explain. I can explain. And now my question is, everyone's taken one action. The disaster is at 15. You need to make up another 17 in order to fully and truly ruin this event. But if you can do it, then there will be ghosts at the grand summoning who will help you guys out.
Okay. How did he get rid of me earlier? I know he cast a spell.
He just shooed you away, I think.
He just shooed me. Okay.
He just shoots you away. It was like, get you. And he, like, chases you away. Like,
okay, cool. Well, I think after he reaches into the fire and everything's fine.
Crap. He casts a spell. He loses another 2 energy. I forgot because it's a faux pas. It's a faux pas to cast a spell at a... Oh, he's so tired. He's hurt.
Oh, yeah, it should be 4 + 6 + 9. The 5 was canceled.
Oh, yeah.
So it's 15, and then the +2 from...
Oh, I know how to do math. Yeah. Thanks, Dixon. Thank you for helping me do math. So actually, you guys are in a better place. You guys have to make 13.
Cool. Well, with this, I think we see him reach in and get burnt. The fire stops, and then from the other room, I'm like, Master, you burnt yourself! Like, I'm running back in. I know water is the stat you use to heal someone, and I just want to really slow this down by really insisting effectively that he puts a Band-Aid on this burn.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like lick it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like your tongue has healing properties.
But now it's
I
to his hand.
It's a magical Band-Aid. It could, in fact, just be frog spit.
Lick it and then stick it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I really just want to slow this down by trying to heal him.
Oh my god, I love hopscotch. Hopscotch is so good. Hopscotch is precious. I don't listen. He's pretty tired. No, he's tired. Just like
he's like, I already got rid of hopscotch once. Do I have the strength to do it again?
Do I have the strength to continue to kick hopscotch out of this room, knowing how persistent hopscotch can be? I think we're just gonna. You have a 4 water, right?
I do have a 4 water.
I think we're gonna go to 23. We're just gonna be like, it's hopscotch. He's just going to do this.
Yeah, so I will lick his hand a lot. I'm not really sure where he got burnt, so I will just lick sort of his whole hand and arm situation.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
And you smell burning here, so...
He's not... Master... Master Toupé's not an effigy! You can't burn him!
I assure you, I am more aware than anyone. Hopscotch.
Then why did you burn him, Master?
And that's at this moment, I'm just gonna kind of climb out of the box, like I'm kind of like coming out of a pool of water, and then just kind of flop over the edge of the box, just kind of hanging there, just for dramatic effect.
I think Demetrius is going to reach over with his non-burn hand and pull you out and set you on the ground. Just plop you on the ground. Just.
I'm busy on the other hand, just...
Oh, spirit, what wisdom do you have for those assembled?
This is just an underlying sound for the rest of the scene.
Yeah, that's just, that sound is just going to keep happening. Yeah, that's true. So we, Carl, we have Innifer, we have an action. We have an action as well from Toupé.
Mm-hmm.
What's the setup with the ghost guy? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
The ghost guy is approaching the table and slowly coalescing out of the smoke.
Out of the smoke.
Yeah.
Does he like glow on his own?
A little bit.
Questions about the lighting in this room.
Candles, mostly candles. But he's acquiring kind of like a phosphorescent glow himself. Yeah.
Okay, I need some more time to ideate on what I might do.
Yeah.
Was there anything else in that box of incense other than just incense? And obviously, partly burnt, wet wig.
I mean, there was some charcoal in there that didn't kind of fully catch that he used. Like, it's his incense kit, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Are
there any, like, I'm sure on occasion Demetrius uses some like sparkly powders or something.
Oh, some dramatic sparkly powders. Yeah. He's a wizard. He loves a dramatic sparkly powder.
Yeah. I think when the ghost is going to start talking, I'm going to like toss some powder into like the brazier or the fire off to the side or whatever closest flame source there is. Just kind of, add some drama to it, distract people.
You're being a distraction. That sounds like a light roll. That sounds like you're dazzling.
Yes.
Technically, I am the closest, largest source of fire.
Okay, that works.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's so cute, though. 2 pages throwing the sparkly dust on Yennefer. So, do you have light?
My moment.
I have a light of 1, but I have a paradox with dark.
Exactly. Which means we're going to roll a die. If the result is even, you add 1. If the result is odd, you add 6.
Okay. So am I going to roll this or would you like to roll it?
Please.
Okay.
Because you are dazzling someone.
Okie dokie. And I rolled a 5.
That's an odd result. That means that you get swapped in paradox.
Yes, good. That's exactly what I wanted. Which means it's 6, yes.
Which brings us to 29 if I know how to do math, and I'll be the first to admit that I don't. So you throw the sparkly powder onto Yennefer, and it flares up. There's probably some magnesium in there. There's probably some just like copper salts, and there's just like a bright blue glittery flash fills the room, and everyone turns to look at Yennefer.
Well, sorry, I burped.
I think
you can tell where Carl and Hopscotch have rubbed off on Yennefer, and it was right in this moment.
But
he looks so embarrassed.
Oh god, Demetrius is. I don't think he can see great right now. I think the light was very bright and unexpected and much closer to him than to the others. Hey, Carl. Nobody's looking at you. Nobody's looking at Carl right now.
Okay, I'm going to assume that the lady has not gotten her wig back, so I'll very helpfully get the wig, go past the frog and go, hey, can you just pee in this really quickly?
I'm trying to help Master right now.
Fine, I'll do it, but it's going to smell like sulfur. I'll quickly pee in the after wringing out the wig, I'll quickly pee in it, and then go, Mrs. Ma'am, here's your wig. Here, let me help, and I'll put it on her head.
Okay. Here's my thing. You are tricking someone, and it is dark in here. I do not want to add 6, because 6 will end this. Demetrius does not want to spend 6. But I think he must. I think I'm gonna spend 6 on this. I think Demetrius is going to he has a like, he can't see great, but he has a sniff. Sulfur. And I think he reaches out and snatches the wig from you.
Ah, no, the man is in the house. That's why it smells like brimstone. Ooh.
I shall replace your wig. Thank you, hopscotch.
Of course, master.
Hopscotch is really Dobby coded. I'm so sorry.
This would make
Oh
so
my
much
God.
sense to me if I'd ever experienced a Harry Potter.
That's beautiful, though.
I love my life.
He's more like that dog from Up in a frog body.
I like
Doug.
Doug. He hid
Yeah.
under the porch because he loves you.
I have seen this movie.
I love this, and that's my favorite
You might
line
have.
of that movie, is I hid under the porch because I love you. Marilee, you're our last hope.
How many do we need?
We need 4. No, wait, we need 3.
Oh, sick. Sick. Okay. Well, I think Yennefer very embarrassed because she had to come up with an excuse that painted her as having burped, a function she doesn't have access to, but she understands is still very embarrassing for anyone that it happens to. So she's probably going to kind of let things die down and just find her little place in the corner. But she can't stop thinking about all the candles. Like, there's just like a lot of candles around here. And I think so what she's going to do is wait for so sorry I referenced dramatically appropriate moments so much, but
Yeah.
for the ghost to like about to be dispensing whatever wisdom the ghost is bringing or saying the important thing, like it's obvious that he's building up to it. She just kind of wants to lean over and go, "All right, boys, let's go." And she's going to like kind of finger gun at him a little bit of extra little fire and get them all to just flare up really big and ruin the dramatic moment. But I do want to make sure that that things have died down and it's like, okay, we're going to start again. We're going to get into this. And I want them to be on the edge to where like, this is just going to break that poor lady when it happens. That's not mechanically going to be a thing, but
No,
you know.
Yeah, no, I get you. That's terrible. So this is let's see. What kind of role are you what kind of, I say role, but
Oh, fire. Because I'm gonna be lending the boys the candles, I'm gonna be basically making them flare up with my fire spirit powers.
yeah. And you are wrecking something. You're wrecking this sale, I guess. But that's a little broad, but at the same time you are using your fire powers. And oh, my goodness. Yeah, I think things settle down. Demetrius like bodily pulls Hopscotch off of his arm. Sets Hopscotch down. And it tells Toupee, "Stop, Hopscotch. Just stop, Hopscotch, please."
No, you're so itchy!
Just stop. Just stop. All of you just stop. And Demetrius sits down. "Spirit, we invoke your wisdom. What do you have from beyond the grave? What comfort have you to deliver unto those who lost you so soon? So soon." And Lady Sterling is like, "So soon." And the daughters are like, "Oh my God." And yeah, the ghost is just about to say something. And the candles flare up super bright, and it's like daylight in here. And you can't see any ghosts, you can't see any wisps, you can't see any smoke. It is lit like a Walmart.
Fantasy Walmart.
Like a fantasy Walmart. And the effect is just ruined.
Yennefer, did
is
you
like,
fart?
"There's nothing here. I'm beginning to believe there was never anything here." And she gets up and she in a huff, "Girls, this way," and storms out, and both of her adult-ass daughters are like, "Later, frog," and leave.
They know my name!
What about me?
Oh my god. Hopscotch. Hopscotch. Oh, hopscotch. What a...
Hop scratch right now.
Oh, yeah.
Let me go! I need to wave!
You all... I am going to perform the rites for the villagers. And then I am going to have lunch. I do not want to lay eyes on you, or you.
None of those were me! Awesome!
No, the first one was you,
I'll make you a
Hopscotch.
sandwich for lunch, master!
The first one was you, Hopscotch.
Oh.
What? What's better than me?
You were the second one, Carl. The third one, Jennifer. The third one, Tapei, please stop them. You're the
What?
only one I can trust. Blood of my blood, flesh of my flesh, hair of my hair.
Innifer's just gassy
We
today!
will do our best, master.
Excellent.
Literally, when have I ever done anything wrong?
You bet.
It's not my fault he summoned me with the ability to burp.
I think he just turns and leaves. I think he just turns and walks out at this point. He's like, I can't.
Not you gaslighting the wizard.
Gaslighting the wizard.
That's the real
Gaslight,
name of this.
gatekeep, Innifer boss.
We love it. So next we have rights for the villagers, which
I'm
is
crying.
our homunculus scene,
Oh.
which is down here.
You're not gonna be the favorite anymore.
Where's my little hands?
Not
So,
when the little
okay.
kids get involved.
The rites for the villagers take place outside. The villagers have gathered, they've brought chunks of harvest, they've brought baskets of apples and whatever's come out of their garden to bless the harvest to come, and hopefully to, bless the seeds and next year's new growth as well, so that this village can continue to thrive. They think he's great. They think he's wonderful. He does this in the front yard so no one can come inside the tower. He doesn't want them inside.
One of
They're
the poor,
peasants.
one of the poor fellows from their farm instead of bringing their bag of potatoes, just has like a whole bunch of rocks, and hopes that if he plants these rocks, they will become potatoes next season.
Yeah, bless the rocks. I think maybe like if you have a really bad harvest, you bring Demetrius something that could represent a harvest and get him to bless that.
That works.
Like maybe you carve a wooden pumpkin and you're like, Demetrius, like, I got no pumpkins. Help me out here. You're a wizard. So we have 3 opportunities in this scene, and our goal is 28. So, because you are outside... Oh, no.
Yes!
Okay. Because you're outside, you can enlist animals and birds and bugs to help out. Every player can add 1 to their first action that involves a creature from outside. The second opportunity is that the villagers don't really know what Demetrius is doing, and all they know is that it looks cool. Light and fire actions treat your stat as being 1 higher during this scene. Finally, if the villagers think the spell has failed, they will panic. The first time the party tries to spread this rumor, Demetrius must spend double the energy to prevent it. And if this event fails, some of the villagers will come to the tower with torches after dark.
Oh no.
So now my question is, our goal is 28. The wizard does regain energy. He regains energy at meal times.
And he just had... Does he have lunch before this or after this?
after this.
After this.
Oh, cool. He's tired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw it on his face. He's so tired. He still has all his almost all his spells except for summon water though. Oh yeah, he's having a rough day. But he's a jerk, Dixon. He's a jerk. And it's okay if he has a rough day.
So I think I already know what I want my first action to be.
I would love that, please.
Okay, so since he does not want to see me and I have been accused of crimes of which I have not committed, I am going to go behind the wizard tower out of sight. And I'm going to attempt to find I probably we spend time out here. Maybe I could recruit a little bit of help from Hopscotch because I'm trying to get some birds. And I would like to arm those birds with sticks that are on fire. And then I would like to instruct those birds to drop the sticks on fire. Which is actually something birds will do instinctually in order to chase out small rodents.
So
and there is a lot of food sitting around.
You're looking at the kind of bird that eats small rodents.
Yeah, like birds of prey.
Yeah,
or even birds that will eat.
I'm not friends with those birds.
I was going to say those birds would eat him.
Any
okay,
bird
well,
that
maybe
will eat
our other flying friend.
Yeah.
Will eat hop, but you can also communicate with them because hopscotch is an animal too. You could probably talk like some jays or some magpies into doing it. They seem to love ruining stuff.
Yeah, I thought maybe like corvids in general might be into it. They like shiny stuff. I'm shiny,
They like trouble. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here.
What I'd like to use here is fire because I am wrecking something.
Yes, but you're always going to be wrecking something.
Well, I know, but physically, I would like to light things on fire.
Oh, okay.
That's
so
the
you're
goal.
trying to literally light everything on fire and physically destroy the front lawn.
Yeah. That's
okay.
it.
That's a fire roll. +1 because you're involving a creature from outside.
Cool, that's 6.
+1.
Oh, 7 actually.
Yes, because of the nature of this scene. Oof.
There's no way he could possibly know who armed those birds with burning sticks.
There's no way. There's absolutely no way. But here's the thing: the man is going to. He's got to. He's got to cast a magical spell for this. Demetrius is going to. I think as the birds are approaching, the villagers are like, "Oh my god! There's a literal army of various corvids with burning sticks. They're here to destroy our harvest." And Demetrius is like, "Fear not, villagers!" And he casts Summon Wind. And he just kind of like has a big old gust that not only repels the birds, but blows out their fire sticks. And the villagers are like, "A wizard. He's so magic."
I would like to softball to someone else, or I can save this for my second action. That would be a really great. I think you could be like, hey, just those corvids showing up in such a great number, not to mention that they were armed with sticks on fire, regardless, seems like a bad omen.
Oh, I've played into your trap.
So, there's my action. Thank you.
I love that. Listen, he's got suspicions because the birds have fire, but he's got no proof.
When I say I've never done anything wrong, it's that I've never done anything wrong provably.
Yeah, demonstrably wrong.
Yeah.
I feel you, yeah. So who has a behavior they would like to engage in?
I'm happy to go.
Yeah.
I think you said the villagers are bringing effectively like little presents and gifts for the wizard, right?
Yeah.
I would like to set up like a donation table where I am collecting and then accidentally, like, oh no, I'm sorry, I knocked that off the table and it broke. Just every single thing. This isn't where the wizard wanted them, but I have a little wizard hat on, and I'm not convinced that the villagers here are going to be smart enough to bring them to the actual wizard and not the little frog wizard.
Are you trying to trick them into thinking you're the wizard?
I'm the wizard's helper, and that's not a lie.
That's not a trick. Yeah, that's
it is
just true.
Yeah, I'm trying to convince them I'm the wizard's helper, and they need to give me the things, and that's the part that's a trick because they don't need to be giving them to me.
Okay. Yeah. So the trick here is no, I'm handling the presents for Demetrius.
Mm-hmm.
I will do it. Hopscotch will help. So okay. So Hopscotch has, if I remember right, I
have
dark.
Yeah. I have dark 3.
And you can take light. Earth and wind is your paradox.
Those are them. Yep.
So are we going to, let's see here. Okay. So we're going to add 3?
Yeah. That's perfect.
I honestly, he's about to eat lunch. But he's got a long day ahead. No, you know what? I'm gonna let. Three is.
This is. I'm so harmless right now. He doesn't need to think about me.
Harmless right now. He does not need to think about me right now. No.
And I'm on the other side of the yard where he doesn't have to see me.
He doesn't have to perceive Hopscotch.
Just with a little table that says, "Give me anything."
Give me anything. Just a little sign. Just give me anything.
Yeah. I'm destroying offerings. I'm telling people they're not good enough and they need to go get me something better. I'm really just absolutely throwing a wrench in this.
And I'm going to pull an assist here.
Yes.
And I'm going to also start like walking around all of the people and start telling them donations that way, donations, take your donations over there. So I think I'm probably using dark here because I'm also tricking.
Yep.
Because I'm trying to tell them, go over there, not over there.
Over there. Go over there.
And I do have a paradox, so I do need to roll this.
Yes, you do need to roll.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4, which means you use the stat as intended.
We're still using dark, so that would be 4.
Yes. So we're at 7 of 28. And only 3 of us have acted. So we're doing pretty okay. We're doing pretty all right, Carl.
Carl wants to trick everyone, including Master. Carl has got a big bucket, and Carl says, "This is the well water from such and such as well, and the Master will show how awesome he is by purifying it." And he'll have Demetrius purify it, but then he will sneak it with a different bucket. So when he gives it to the villagers to taste test, it will taste like how we intended his cornflakes this morning to taste like. But
it's a piss
so so in other words, you're saying the other bucket
is
full of pee.
It took a while.
We never get far away from Carl's.
No, I think that there were donations. Maybe it was the pee bucket from the toilet area, the porta potty while the people were waiting. So unintended donations.
So this is like
donations.
Well, I got it from the public toilet.
This is like well water from one of the farmers, like supposed to be well water.
One is actual well water from wherever, and he's saying it's well water from one of the villages, and it needs purifying or whatever.
Oh,
and then I swap it with the toilet bucket and have people test it to show how awesome the Master is. So I'm trying to show that he's fucked up, screwed up. Sorry, I didn't know if we were allowed to swear.
No,
you are fine.
Cool.
Saying curses. I'm trying to think of what I can do to prevent you making all of these people drink the piss.
What spell can the wizard cast to prevent you from feeding everyone
I've been trying to work out how to get pissed into this one.
You know
Okay,
what?
so
You know what? You know what? I'm not gonna let you have this, but I'm gonna have to burn 2 spells.
cool.
So the first thing that Demetrius is going to do is Demetrius is going to he's got the well water in front of him. And what he's going to do is summon Earth, and he's basically just going to like pull out everything of this water that's like mineral, everything in this water that's plant matter, everything that's not water is getting pulled out by this magic spell and purified. The next thing he's going to cast is Imprison.
Damn it.
He's burning a big one right now because I do not want the villagers to drink the piss.
Yeah.
Extremely fair.
He just like he reaches into his robe, he pulls out a jar, and you know this jar, this is the naughty jar, and you like opens it, you get sucked in, and he corks it. And he's just like, it's enough from you. And he puts it aside. And the villagers drink the purified water, and they're like, he works miracles. But you did burn the big one. You did burn in prison, and you deserved it.
I got him to use spells.
You did get him to use 2 spells, and that's not nothing, because like he can only cast each spell once per day.
Oh, he's gonna be so mad at us.
Oh, he's gonna be so mad. The thing is, the piss part didn't even happen yet. He was just like,
there's something going on, and I don't know what it is.
And I
There's
don't
a little
trust
bucket
Carl.
of piss now sitting nearby.
Yeah, and like, yeah, he just like, I don't trust Carl. Carl's gonna do something. Let's not.
He knows me too well.
Yeah. So now we've got a jarred Carl. We've got a tinned Carl.
My favorite meal.
We've got hopscotch with all the presents.
Yep.
We've got Toupee working the crowd. I gotta tell you, a lot of people in the crowd are not comfortable looking at or thinking about Toupee.
I understand. Because I personally have not pictured Toupee once while playing.
Even my mind's eye doesn't want to look directly at them.
in the
If you
spaces where
picture Toupee, you make a ruin roll.
Yeah. Merely, Innifer is behind the tower scheming. So we've got a disaster rating of 7 out of 28 right now. And you all have one more action.
So I think I'd like to do something kind of similar to what I tried the first time, but I have a different target.
I love
that. So I think what I'd like to do is so instead of, I guess I can't think of a woodland creature to get to help me with this other than getting them to once again carry a stick, and I'm pretty sure if it was seen a second time, he'd know it was me.
He's gonna know you did that.
I think what I'd like to do is I would like to take a fairly okay sized rock, and from behind the tower, what I want to do is I would like to launch it as high as possible and have it hopefully fall down on fire on the gift table, appearing as if a meteor has fallen from the sky. Once again, a bad omen. Does that make sense? I would like to destroy the table. Okay.
That makes perfect sense. It also makes sense for that to be fire, which counts as 1 higher, which is this would be 6.
Mm-hmm.
This would be 6 points. He doesn't know you're doing it. Summon fire, light, and dark. None of those will help. Charm or locate object. That won't help. And he has 7 energy. It's almost lunchtime, but he's got such a long day ahead. You know what? Take the 6. Yeah, take the 6. Take the 6. A meteor crashes into this right, as if from the heavens above, and a gasp ripples out through the crowd.
I think.
Does it destroy the donation table?
I think it does. I think
Hopscotch, how you
that's
feeling?
the funniest place to put it.
I think to some degree we had to have talked about this plan ahead of time. Because I'm about to engage in part 2 of my plan, which this was always my plan, and it just works so
Good.
well here. I think as I run away from the table, I like to a little grasshopper on the ground. I'm like, okay, start now. And just all of the bugs in the neighborhood, I'm gonna have fly into this area, and I'm gonna start screaming about the bad omens and how the spell must have failed. Because we got the flaming birds and we got the meteor and now we have the locusts and they're all grasshoppers.
And there's a frog.
And he doesn't actually have enough energy to stop this. Because it costs double to stop the rumor that the spell failed.
Mm-hmm.
He has 7. You're tricking someone. You're using dark, so that's 6. You're using a woodland creature, so that's 4.
I was it's 4, and then I'm doubling it to 8, right?
Yeah. So he has 7. He can't. He can't.
The spell's failing the omens.
Oh no, I did it again. Wait, it was at 7 and then 6, so 13 plus 8, 21 out of 28.
The classic plagues, of course, being
Meteor?
flaming birds, meteor, bucket of piss, and locusts.
That one didn't play out.
But we'll always know it was one of the omens here.
We'll always know that bucket of piss was on the list.
Hal tried so hard.
Well,
It's still sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
is Toupee gonna free Carl?
Where
It
is
doesn't.
the jar?
Dixon, casting spells doesn't cost energy, but every spell on the list can only be cast once per day.
Right. So where is the jar right now?
The jar is behind Demetrius on his work table.
Okay. Well, I think I'm going to take advantage of the chaos. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and free Carl.
Free Jarl. Yeah. It's pronounced Jarl.
Yeah, that should be a hashtag. One sec. There we go.
Ari. Yes.
Perfect, yeah.
Jarl. So does that count as my action?
I think that if I would love for your action to somehow incorporate this jar getting smashed or opened, but that doesn't have to be your entire action.
Well, I mean, I do have a fire too. Yeah, I think what I'll do is oh, I haven't involved any animals from outside.
Yeah, which means you've still got a +1 bonus you could use.
That is very true. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Okay. So I think my action is going to be that I'm going to team up with let's say a squirrel.
Yeah.
So the squirrel's gonna kind of come along, get the jar, and the squirrel's gonna put the jar underneath like where the donation table got broken. The squirrel's gonna kind of put the jar in a spot where it's like underneath like the leg of the table or something, and then I'm just going to fix the table. I'm gonna kind of like hold up the table and act like I'm trying to help you, master. I'm trying to fix the table, but actually the leg is gonna break the jar.
No.
I know this is very convoluted, but
No,
And-
Toupee is helping.
And I'm gonna say, and if I can, I would say that I'm using Earth because I am trying to fix something.
Trying to fix something. You're trying to fix it.
So I have an Earth of 3, and this is my first action when I am using an animal or something. So that's another one.
Okay, so that's 4. Bringing us to 25, which means 25 out of 28. And the jar shatters. and Carl is freed.
Thanks.
I'm too busy standing here straining.
Sorry. I'll get out of the way.
And then I think we just kind of just collapsed.
Yeah. Oh no, something bad happened? Something bad happened to Toupee?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Plot twist is that Toupee is like just a daredevil. Like, we don't know this, but Toupee loves putting themselves into just the worst situations. They just get a thrill, a rush of adrenaline.
Oh no, we don't want that. Demetrius doesn't want that for his child?
Question mark?
Question mark? It's complicated.
That's having kids, I guess.
Ain't that the case? So
Probably has more here than Demetrius does.
That leaves Carl. Carl has one scheme remaining to ruin this thing.
We've had the meteorite. There's the locusts, and you know what? I'm just gonna get I'm gonna try and that'll be a paradox. I mean, it could work. I will try to. No, I'll try and encourage some flying creatures. Maybe more of those corvids. Get them to pick up the bucket of piss, fly up into the air, and drop it all over the villages. I figure that's safer than over Demetrius.
You're going to rain the piss on the people.
Alliteration, it works. Right? No one got rid of the bucket.
Carl, piss for the people.
Yes.
Hashtag piss for the people.
Tell you what.
Chatter into it.
If I can
Chad is so into it.
That hashtag in the chat, not from any of you, I will allow piss for the people.
Did you ever think you'd say that on stream?
Not from any of you, Tegan.
Imagine
Dexter.
Imagine my username is wearing a little hat. It has like a little Groucho Marx mustache.
Yeah. No, there it is. There's Dixon as requested. Hashtag piss for the people. I made a promise.
I really hope no one is joining us right now.
There's Taylor with hashtag piss for the people.
Piss for the people.
Piss for the people. That's hashtag piss for the people. And what's your okay, so what stat are you using to do piss for the people?
I'm dying.
Birds. Rick, fire.
Dumping piss is wrecking.
Is pissing on a whole crowd wrecking? Is the question Kat has to answer. They did not expect to have to answer about this game.
It's like, is dumping a bucket of piss on the assembled crowd wrecking?
You could argue it's water. You're moving something.
I was actually
move. I don't have the water stat though.
I'm sorry.
You have wind?
I have wind. Yes, it's a paradox.
Because wind would be like you're flying somewhere, like you fly up, you get the birds, you get them to dump the piss.
And you also told the birds to do it, so
Yeah, I told the birds to do it.
Yeah, that does feel wind.
So,
I
yeah,
think
I feel
piss
like
for the
that's a
people is wind.
Piss for the people is wind.
I'll have to roll for it then. So it's evens gets me the one I want, odds gets me the other one, right?
So yes. So yeah, even gets you your wind stat. Odds gets you your earth stat.
4,
Yeah,
baby.
your wind. Is it 2 or more?
4 for the my wind is 3.
That
My
means
stat is 3. I rolled a 4 on the dice.
oh yeah, if your stat is 3, that means we're adding 1 because you're for the first time involving the woodland creatures, and you guys have absolutely trashed the rights for the village.
They wouldn't want to bring their children here later in the day, will they?
They won't. They won't.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they will, but with torches.
Demetrius looks out over the crowd, absolutely mortified.
I'm looking away and whistling. I had no part in that.
The final omen!
Hopscotch, please.
It's raining piss!
The prophecy's been fulfilled.
I need someone in chat to just clip this entire last 20 minutes. I know that's not how clips work. I just really want just
highlight.
the piss cut of this stream.
The piss cut of this stream is damn it. I don't even participate in the Piscord. I don't even do that. I was in the Discord and I was like, what's P Corner for? And they were like, to talk about piss, cat. And I didn't go in there. I was like, that's a dark corner where scary people talk about piss. I'm not going to do it. And here we are. Damn.
This is the spooky hours.
I just want it on record real fast. This is Kat's first actual game on Plus One.
I'm on the channel. I'm a talk show host. I think Demetrius, because here's the thing, one of you has maintained presumption of innocence.
What do you mean?
Demetrius reaches down, pulls toupee up out of the wreckage of the table, dusts them off, sighs like he is deflating, and just goes inside to go have lunch. And I think Demetrius is going to go eat lunch, recover a little bit of energy. He's going to need it because after lunch, Apollonia is coming to visit. Let's all have our break before Apollonia comes to visit. Gang, we're going to be taking a 5. So get out, stretch. We're going to be back before you know it with more Underfoot.
And we'll be back. Hey, chat. We'll be back in just a few minutes here. We are just taking a little 5. In the meantime, hey, have you checked out RpgZine.Club? It is the big push from +1 to help get more RPGs in print. You can see more of it at RpgZine.Club. Oops, look at me go. I'm going to put it in the chat. It's RpgZine.Club, though. And we'll be back in just a minute. Piss for the people! We're back!
Hashtag piss for the people.
Hey, everyone. We're back.
If you're just joining us, we are playing Underfoot, a game I wrote about being magical little guys sabotaging the wizard who employs them because he's a jerk. And so far, we have hashtag piss for the people. We have spread fears of a coming apocalypse among the populace of this town. And we have also just really ruined a wig. We're causing all kinds of problems on purpose today. We're making Keegan account for some things. And Underfoot, I wrote this for Halloween. It's in a bundle. It's the TTRPG Halloween Spooktacular 2023. There's a lot of actual horror games in there. And there's Underfoot. So
in the description of this video, there is a link to pick up Underfoot as well.
Yeah. So if you want to ruin a wizard's day, maybe this one, maybe this game. So the next thing that happens is Demetrius eats lunch. And he has not spoken a word to any of you since the Piss for the People debacle. I am not going to have to integrate it into a future game. Okay, well, that's actually pretty clever. It's actually pretty. I'm so glad that everyone's having a good time. So Demetrius sits down and he makes himself a sandwich, and boy, does he not roll great. So he gets 11.
11 sandwiches?
No, 11 energy of sandwich.
Oh, okay. I've been there.
It's an 11 energy sandwich.
He ordered the footlong and they didn't get him one.
This footlong's only 10 inches.
And he can do math. He's a wizard. Math is what he does best. Did my tea bag break? I say this because there's pieces of tea in my tea. And after lunch, he's got a little bit of time to relax. I think you just see him in his study, just cradling his face and rubbing his temples.
While chewing on tea leaves from his broken tea bag.
Yes. Not the worst thing that's happened to him today.
What's the worst thing that's happened to him today?
I'd have to argue the people believing that Demetrius has failed them and the apocalypse is imminent.
I wonder whose fault that is.
That's gotta be near the top of the list.
Hopscotch Von Crocus is avoiding him during lunch.
Honestly, good. Hopscotch Von Crocus should avoid Master right now. And then you all hear a ding dong at the doorbell. Because she is here. Demetrius's rival. Oh, it's a court rivalry. It's not a real thing. Don't be silly. They're dear friends. Apollonia the Wise is here. She is tall. She is a slightly older lady, not as old as Demetrius, and she will say this repeatedly. She is very lovely. She's dressed in black, very goth, very prominent cleavage, full on just capital W witch. And she knocks at the door, and she's got a python around her shoulders.
We open the door. We are the one who is opening the door. We give a good gracious bow. And also we took a part of the hair and kind of tied it into a bow tie.
Toupee. Oh, what gracious manners you have as usual.
Thank you, my lady.
Where's that parent of yours? I'm so sorry I'm late. I know it was supposed to be for lunch, but I can never tell when he's going to have lunch. And one thing led to another. Did you know the villagers are all in a panic?
Yes, we heard. Master at the moment is relaxing in the solar, thinking on it.
Oh, hard at work, I bet.
Master, we hate to see you right now. Do you want to go visit?
I very much do. Jessup, why don't you play with them? Be good. And she hoists the python off her shoulders and gently sets him down in a potted plant. And he winds around the potted plant and is like, okay, let's play. We're gonna play a game.
I don't want to play a game!
Oh.
I was going to say, canonically, Yennefer is very in love with, what's her name? Sorry. Apollonia, but in the way that she's normally, very tough, fiery, but Apollonia being around makes her like she can't breathe, and she just becomes this absolute shambles of a human being because she's like, wow, so powerful. Ah! So I'm going to be avoiding her at all costs.
That's probably, that might be a good idea. And
does Yennefer's flame change color?
It definitely, it probably gets a little bit of a pink hue to it. It's more girly pop than usual. She feels real femme.
Yeah.
Blushing.
And she just click clack on her big old witch boots, heads on up to go bother Demetrius. They can at least have tea, even if she did miss lunch.
So where is Demetrius right now?
He is in the study.
Okay. And what's his study look like? What can I mess with in his study?
I mean, there's definitely a big old fireplace, a big cozy fireplace. I don't know how good terms you are with the fire there. It's not the fire in the salon, not really. The fire in the study's kind of a gossip.
Okay.
So
Okay.
your best friend.
Okay.
Oh, there's also books.
Yes. What?
There's so many books. They're very flammable.
Yes. I would like to actually do something that is not wrecking something with my fire. I would like to maybe like, I don't know, crawl in through the chimney to have a little chat with the fire. And I would like to say, hey, listen, buddy, I want us to get together. You know, our God, why can't I remember her name? Apollonia.
Yeah.
Apollonia is amazing woman, and I think she deserves to feel comforted and powerful. And so I think if we could kind of create a bit of an ambiance for her, especially like maybe framing her dramatic moments, you know, we can kind of follow her flow of conversation, just to really make her feel extra dramatic. Then I think that would really help. So I want to kind of, in exchange, I'll tell you one of my gossips, one of those gossips you like so much.
One of those gossips. There are 3 opportunities in this scene. Apollonia and Demetrius do hate each other. She will happily help you ruin his day and will add 3 points to the disaster the first time you get her involved. Demetrius is in a bad mood because Apollonia is here. Whenever he spends energy, he has to spend an additional point of it. And finally, Jessup gets to help too. Jessup has Earth 4, Water 3, Air 2, and Fire 1. And he gets to take one action of his own to ruin the party. Jessup is pretty chill. I'm gonna be honest, like Jessup is very curious, very inquisitive, and pretty laid back.
I'm terrified of Jessup.
Valid. You're a frog. He is a snake.
I don't care.
Jessup. Jessup.
Yes.
Do snakes piss?
Yeah, kind of.
Cool.
The piss situation is complicated when you're a reptile.
Yeah, it's sort of a pellet.
It's sort of a pellet.
So it's a solid.
Ish.
Solid piss. Interesting.
This is all
Kind
true.
I've kept reptiles for a bit. Like,
Same.
I have a snake right now. His name is Toby, and he's a little drama queen. And that's my story about my son. Jessup is not a chicken shit like Toby is, though. He loves everything. Yeah. Mistress says your master fucked it up. And that's funny.
You know, Jessup.
Yeah.
We know about a book that we are sure Master would love to show off. Wouldn't it be unfortunate if it went missing?
Oh no. Missing book. Where? Oh no.
How much can you eat?
Don't ask that. He could eat me.
Like
Good.
a book? Could
I'm
you eat
leaving!
that book?
I could. Depends on the book.
We would say it's probably it's more like a diary than a grimoire. It's smaller.
Small book. I could eat a small book. And if you want to know if you could eat a small book, it's regular small books by this up-and-coming RPG designers.
That's right. You can head to RpgZine.Club.
Sign up for RpgZine.Club for all the zines you can eat. Delivered to your door.
And don't forget, my camera is not liking me. And don't forget Underfoot.
Underfoot. That one's hand printed. I didn't send those to the printer. They just do this. That's
yes, I just do this all the time.
Okay. So we eat the book before Demetrius shows it to Mistress. Mistress says, Demetrius, you're all talk. Ha 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 ha. I'm sure you'll find it eventually. Ha ha ha. But what she means is, you fucked up, Demetrius. And you're the worst.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And then your mistress might have the book if you can puke it up later.
Maybe not inside Jessup. We smuggled the book.
Yeah. Sorry.
Maybe not inside Jessup. We smuggle the book.
Too pointy, huh?
Don't wanna eat a pointy. Don't wanna.
No, Jessup.
Yeah.
We know what to do.
Hmm?
Here is what we do.
Yeah.
We wrap ourselves around the book, so it just looks like a hairball. And then Jessup comes and takes the book away and hides it. Hides the book.
Jessup is good at hiding.
I know. Sorry, we know.
Yeah. Yes.
Good plan.
Let's go find Mistress and Demetrius.
All right.
Jessup, could you do a few little pea pellets for me? And I'll just put them in this little jar.
Mistress says not to give magical creatures your bodily fluids.
That's a good point. Never mind them. I'll
Pity
just
the
put it
villagers.
in this tea.
Mistress,
Okay.
I agree with Jessup.
Pity the villagers didn't know that.
They didn't know that. So now my question is, you each get 2 actions. Our goal for this scene is 28.
That's a lot.
I jumped into my action real fast. So sorry about that. I just got so excited. Yeah.
It's okay. You got excited. So your plan is to just make Apollonia look so good.
Feel cozy. Feel comforted.
Feel cozy and comfortable.
Make him so
So
mad.
you're using fire to comfort someone.
Yeah.
Make
The way
Apollonia
that
look
fire.
good and him feel bad that she's hot. I love this plan.
Yeah.
Using the fire filter.
Here's the thing, she's extremely hot. And that's the character I've created. And Demetrius hates her and hates that. And there's a lot of things he hates right now, to be honest. He's having a very bad day. And he really wishes he hadn't made these plans with her today because, God, last thing he fucking needs. But, so you are rolling fire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this involving Apollonia, or are we, because the party has a +3 on the table for when Apollonia gets involved.
So I think that's up to you about whether or not she would, because I'm going to essentially cozy up in the fire, And so the fire will probably change hue a little bit to match the blushing pinkness that I get around her. And so, she might be able to notice it, but I will say that if she notices it, Demetrius might notice it too. But he also might just be so freaking mad that she's so freaking hot. He might not notice it at all. So I don't know if she could lean that hard into it narratively. Since I'm going first, I'd be fine with other people doing it.
Yeah, let's leave that one on the table for now, and let's put a 5 in because I'm assuming adding fire.
Yes, and my gossip that I am giving is that I'm like 95% sure that the frog pisses in the cornflakes.
I'm not here to defend myself because it is 100% true.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely.
I can't believe your faith in me is only 95%.
I can't believe you doubted me 5%.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
The party sneaks into the study. Apollonia is sitting with a cup of tea beside the vaguely pinkish fire. Oh, the people are absolutely beside themselves. I've had 5 visits since 11 alone. Just, Apollonia, you must reverse the curse that's been put on our village. Oh, we're doomed to harvests poor and blighted unless you can do something in your infinite wisdom. And what am I to do? I have to. They need my help. You know how it is, don't you? And Demetrius is like, of course. Of course I know. Of course. And that's where we're at. What are the remaining party members? And also at some point Jessup is gonna get to take an action. But Jessup's not as clever as you guys, so I think the party gets to kind of.
Yeah. Toupee and Carl, I know you two were talking about stealing his book. Does one of you want to take lead on that?
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking I was thinking that Jessup and I could sort of tag team this one where
Yeah.
I do the initial sort of hide of the book in a place where Jessup can actually get to it. Because it's probably not really, and not in a place where a snake could really easily get to it. But then I'm moving it to a spot where then Jessup could very easily sort of just kind of hide it somewhere outside of this room. So I'm thinking probably I would use Earth and then Jessup would use Earth.
Yeah.
Since we're both hiding. So yeah, I'm thinking that Toupee would just kind of wrap around it and just kind of wrap around it in such a way, kind of kind of put it in their body and so that their little legs and little arms can kind of just walk it away.
And then Jessup is gonna pick up Toupee and book.
Operation Harry Snake is a go.
I'm there to make sure that Jessup doesn't accidentally eat it because we know that if Jessup eats us, that Jessup's just going to end up with a giant hairball.
Yeah, and I think anyone who's Interfer's close enough, although not looking at Demetrius probably, but Demetrius winces or he gets a shiver or something.
Oh right.
Because something bad has happened to Toupee.
Because Toupee's getting nommed on.
This poor wizard, he's a dick and he's earned this, but he's just all day taking damage. Ugh, what happened?
What has become of my child?
Why do I feel like I'm getting bit?
Oh, is something wrong?
He just feels this sort of tingling sensation on the top of his head.
Yeah. Oh,
Master, your hair is falling out.
Oh.
I come running out with a clump of hair, like I've just pulled it out of, picked it up off the floor. Master! But it's from the shower. I've just pulled it out of the shower plug.
Oh no, gross.
Carl? When I said I didn't want to see you, I meant pretty much ever.
That.
Oh, the little guy's just trying to help Demetrius. And she scoops up Carl in her hands. It's like, aren't you? Aren't you just trying to help? He's a little devil. He can't help causing a couple problems. You can't help causing a couple problems. Oh, no, you can't. You're a good little fellow, aren't you? Oh, here, just take
God, I
your
wish that were
hand.
me.
You're so pissed right now.
She like reaches over and like drops the hair clump. She's like, there you go. Oh, poor little guy.
I look over her shoulder to the fireplace and go,
Now you're griefing each other. No, this wasn't part of my plan.
No, we've done PvP.
We've gone full PvP. PV piss.
No. Player versus piss.
And so what are you're rolling to I mean, you're definitely causing problems. Well, I don't say rolling to, it's a force of habit. But what are you trying to accomplish here, Carl?
I think trickery. For one, to make it seem like he's just suddenly losing more hair, and also tricking Apollonia into, you know, like being nice to him.
Oh, he
smells so good.
She doesn't.
I don't know.
He doesn't have to trick her. I'm gonna be honest with you. If she can, she can see how embarrassed Demetrius is that you've done this, and she's like, "Oh, I see. No, I'm on this little guy's side." like that's. I don't think you have to trick her into that. She's on board.
Oh.
So what's your dark? We're adding
My
3.
dark?
Apollonia is participating in this.
Okay, my dark is 4.
So we're adding 7. We were at 13, which puts us at 20 of 28 already. And we still haven't heard from Hopscotch.
So while everybody was doing this, and also because I'm trying to get away from the giant snake that I'm terrified of, yeah. I have gone to our dear wizard's bedroom, and I have found his journal. And I am just very slowly through this whole scene, dragging it across. I'm just a frog. I am frog-sized, and I am dragging his journal across the house. And I'm trying to drag it into the room, and from the corner of the room, be like, Miss Apollonia, quick, don't let him see I'm here. But I found his book of spells for you.
So I think you're using water here because you're moving something.
Yeah.
You're moving something.
Water's what I was going for.
Yeah, what's your
like
water?
It's 4.
24 of 28, and you all get one more action. You guys are completely ruining this visit. You guys are doing a really good job.
I want to be so careful that the wizard doesn't see me, but Apollonia still gets the journal. And I'm not sure that's really possible because I do have to stand in the corner of the room and scream for her. So
no, you know what? I think he's got
Apollonia.
Because after this is dinner. You know what? I'm gonna love myself. I'm gonna love myself.
Stream.
I meant in the metaphysical sense. I'm gonna do self-care.
There we go.
Obviously, Demetrius loves himself in the literal sense because Toupee is Demetrius.
Is he Demetrius, or is what Demetrius wishes he was? Is it self-love or self-actualization? Because those aren't always the same thing.
Very, very good point.
So I think he's going to spend the energy, including the extra energy he has to spend because he's annoyed. And he's like,
Master, I was trying to stay out of your sight. I knew you wanted the book, so I thought I'd bring it in. It says in big letters across the cover, journal. I don't think I'm being subtle.
No, I think he's so tired. He's just like, no, you know what? Hopscotch probably can't read. I don't know that if I enchanted Hopscotch to read. I don't know that that was part of my magics that I worked when I enlightened Hopscotch. Also, some wizards have black cats, and I've got Hopscotch.
I think the fact that the wizard has me says something about him.
It does. It really does. Apollo, Jessup's at least very strong.
Yeah, I think it says a lot that I'm terrified of his wizard rivals familiar.
Yeah, that does. It does. And I think Demetrius gets up, walks over, picks up the book. Hopscotch, this is the wrong book.
I'm sorry, Master. You never taught me how to read.
Psychic damage.
I am aware, Hopscotch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, I tried really hard because I knew you were very mad at me.
Hopscotch, I have a job for you.
Oh, please!
No.
Could you please take Carl away from here?
Yes.
Good. Thank you, Hopscotch. He reaches over into Apollonius' hands and he picks up Carl by the back of the waistcoat.
Hold on to it. Ah!
Oh.
Let me ride your back.
Stay with us. He wants to stay and play with us. Don't you?
Yeah.
He's not going to cause any trouble.
Hello. No.
You and I both know that is an imp. That is a minor demon summoned from the realms of darkness.
Carl told me he was summoned from the realm of piss.
The nether regions.
Oh. Are you from the realms of piss, little friend?
No,
It's
the
why he
nether
smells
regions.
like that.
I don't smell like that. It's why you smell like that.
Oh.
We have fully instigated PvP at this point.
Yeah, we definitely. Oh. Aren't you funny? Aren't you a funny little guy? Why don't you go play with your frog friend? Have fun.
She knows my name.
That's not your name, dipstick.
Oh.
And I would just love to hear more about this book or about today's rites. You know, the goings on in the village.
Hashtag piss for the people. I say as I'm lit outside.
Oh.
What's a hashtag?
Started a hashtag. How unsurprisingly trendy of you. I didn't know you were on top of these things. You're usually such a fuddy-duddy. Yeah, it did trend on Wizard Twitter. Hashtag piss for the people. Also, Demetrius should not let Carl have control of his Twitter.
Oh, no.
No, I think what it is that his phone has some kind of biometric lock, but since Toupee is biologically made from him, Toupee can open his phone.
I
A lot
love
of
that
photos
we've-
of clumps of hair in the shower and stuff, and it's just toupee curled up around the plug hole.
I love that we've introduced Wizard Twitter and his cell phone in canon because this opens up a whole new realm of
Oh yeah,
hijinks.
you're right. You're right.
Yep.
I was telling Jessup it was a book. It didn't necessarily have to be an actual book. It was this big.
We took his phone.
I have his phone.
You have Master's phone.
I love the idea that he was going to show her something in the book was he was going to show her a cool meme he saw, and it's ruined this Demetrius for me.
he now has to sit there for like 3 minutes trying to explain it. So it's this cowboy, and it says like it ain't much, but it's honest. But then they like switch the words, so it's like wizard related. Listen, you just gotta see it.
His wizard hat does look.
He's got a different hat now. It's very funny.
His wizard hat does look suddenly much more fedora-like than it did 5 minutes ago in my brain.
Yeah, that's excellent.
It's a fedora,
So-
but it's pointy.
You all get one more action, and you need to make up 8 disaster in those 4 actions in order to ruin this visit.
What if we just set the whole house on fire?
I don't think we can actually do that.
And if it can.
Where would we live then?
What about the sum of the house?
Why don't you think a little longer about this one?
Okay.
And let's see what Yennefer is up to.
So Yennefer has been watching this with bated breath. Number one, because she doesn't breathe, but also
Except
she
when she burps.
can't. What? That was
Faculty.
not.
And if
Not
it was
actually real.
framed for burping.
She was. Yes. Okay. So far, still no crimes committed. Crimes 0. Yennefer 1. So I think probably I know this is not a PvP game, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of that PvP as an instigator.
Okay.
Shout out to the person in chat who kind of suggested this of it maybe making me a little heated seeing someone get the treatment that I want. And so I think Yennefer is gonna like kind of it builds, it boils, and I think this time she is going to use her fire to wreck, but I think in a very calculated way. She no longer wants to be here. So she is going to attempt to shoot herself out of the chimney. And in doing so, hopefully scatter all the birds that she saw on her way coming down. And create a bit of a scene,
Oh. Yennefer's making a scene. Yeah. Yeah. We're scattering birds. We're scattering embers and sparks. The fire you were talking to was like, whoa.
So
And I'm now-
everywhere.
I'm now
Yeah, there's
flying
soot
through the air somewhere out of the chimney. Goodness knows where Yennefer's going to end up, but
Back here for the next scene.
Back after dinner, yeah, for the meditation. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe that he gets lulled into a faucet. We're at 25 out of 28.
because I was 5, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, yes.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
You know that chimney that Yennefer just flew out of, right?
Jimmy.
Yeah. You know what's inside me, right?
Look.
Books burn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to the chimney.
Let's go to the chimney. Oh no, you've goaded me into doing it again. They really do. But we're not. It's okay. So Jessup is gonna snake in. And I think Demetrius sees that Jessup has to pay. Just unhead my homunculus this instant. Oh, they're just playing, aren't you, boys? Aren't you?
Yes.
See, they're having fun. Don't be boring.
No worries, master.
Jessup, play nice.
They wouldn't eat me. They can't eat me.
It's true, Jessup. You'll get terribly sick if you do, sweetie. We're playing chimney.
Yes.
Chimney playing game. Chimney game. Bye. just start slithering toward the chimney. And he's just like, and looks up at Apollonia, and she's like, "What you doing, sweetie? What you doing?" And Demetrius looks. She's like, "Do not do this." He's like, "Mwah." And just drops Toupee onto the hot coals, causing Demetrius to lose himself, as was your plan the whole time.
Yep.
And then Demetrius is like, "No, absolutely, come on, no."
Ow, 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 ow.
This is the second time you've been lit on fire today. Come now, you simply mustn't. I expect this from the other idiots, but you're supposed to be better than this. Come on, have some dignity.
And then, as he says, "Have some dignity," I kind of like flop to the ground, and the phone falls over with a clatter.
Oh no, that's gonna be a screen replacement at least. And with insurance premiums these days.
Of course. Of course. Did not even know that it was missing.
What's
I
not
suppose
missing,
we,
Master? We found it!
I need to get you your own phone so that you can play Candy Crush without using mine.
I'm sorry.
He picks up the phone. What stat are we using here?
I'm thinking probably. Well, I'm wrecking something, so I guess fire.
Okay, do you have fire?
I have a fire of 2.
Okay, all right. That brings us to 27 of 28. And we still do not have a trouble from Carl or a trouble from. We have a final trouble from Carl and a final trouble from Hopscotch. Does either of you have a daring plan?
I have a plan. I don't know if I would call it daring,
Okay.
but I think this time Carl's still been flying me around, so I'm like,
Hey, drop me behind the couch. I need to talk to the wizard lady.
What's in it for me?
You don't have to keep carrying me everywhere.
I get bored. I just drop it.
We have Smash just to take Carl out of the room, not the other way around.
yeah, but I can't remember things. I don't have great
No,
memory.
it's okay. I love that. I love that. That's how Hopscotch takes Carl out of the room. Is he makes Carl carry him? Like I genuinely think that's good.
But I want to like sort of sneak up the back of the couch and try to just whisper just loud enough for Apollonia to hear me, but not loud enough for Demetrius to hear me because I'm not supposed to be in this room.
You're not supposed to be here.
And I'm gonna be like,
Hey, Apollonia, you need to ask the wizard about the seance this morning. He did really good and he wants you to hear about it, but he's too embarrassed to tell you himself. I think you'd really like to hear about it. Okay, goodbye.
and I feel like she just wants to get the gossip directly from the source. So
Yeah, no, I think at first she's like, "Oh, if you did a good job, I don't care," but then she's like,
something's going
No.
on here.
"No, I see what this guy's doing. I see what this guy's up to, and I'm about it. Yeah. And she's like, oh, by the way, Demetrius, even though you had such a busy day, you made time to make a seance for someone today. You're so civic-minded. Tell me everything. And he just... I'm sorry. I need to ground myself. Please leave.
From the other room, I've ran.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm just yelling piss and he's hearing me from another room.
Like, I'm not going to ask what you're... Because you're one away from doing it. But I would love... Like, you're one away, so that's a success. You've ruined it. But before we actually end this scene, I would love one more bit of bullshit from Carl. Because Carl deserves it.
Okay. He probably hasn't literally had time, but I think he's been waiting for this moment, and he will he's taken off his little waistcoat and he's put on some underwear of the wizards on himself, and put his arms through the leg holes so they're over his shoulders, so he's got a weird looking mangini from one pair of jockey shorts, and he walks in the door and he does a sexy little move. He's like, hey, boss, is this how you wanted me to entertain your guest?
I'm gonna come running in after and be like, ah! No, Carl, leave! Master didn't want you in here!
Oh, I know he didn't! And I'll turn around and he's like, got it up at the back of the underwear up his butt crack. I'm sorry. There seems to have been miscommunication.
We've got to leave, Carl! He's very mad at you!
So mad.
God, I wish that were me.
He's just smoldering. And Apollonia's like, oh, okay, if you must drown yourself. I mean, think of the people, though. They'd hate it, probably. I'll see you later. Bye, Z's. Come on, Jessup. And she scoops up Jessup and puts Jessup across her shoulders. And she like, gives a little wave to you guys. Just like, bye, guys.
Uppies.
Uppies. And she gives you a little like, up. Yeah, you're a good little fellow. You're trying to cheer everyone up when he's had a bad day. You're a good little devil, aren't you?
I'm a good little devil.
Okay, here you go. Let's sit you down on here. And she just kind of like puts you on the table immediately next to Demetrius. And then just like, bye, everybody.
Bye.
So because this scene has been ruined, Apollonia is going to be lurking around during the grand summoning, which means she can counterspell some of his spells if he tries to cast spells on you during the grand summoning.
He wouldn't try to cast a spell on me. I'm so cute.
You are pretty cute. And now he has saved some energy, and he needs to eat dinner. He's got so mad, and he's so tired.
Master, have you tried eating a zine?
Sorry?
A zine! Have you gone to RpgZine.Club and found a zine to eat yet?
I haven't. Because I am a douchebag, I am not interested in the work of up-and-coming TTRPG designers. I'm only interested in Dungeons and Dragons. 5th edition.
Nothing about princesses or other damsels or women. You're only interested in Dungeons and the Dragons. That explains a lot, Master.
Thank you for putting up with my product placement.
Absolutely. No, I'm here for it. If you don't be like Demetrius, go to RpgZine.Club.
Tony's gonna be so proud of us later.
Oh, he's going to be so proud. We're doing such a good job. So Demetrius is going to eat his dinner. Oh, he rolled good. He gets an additional 18 energy, so he's up to 27. And he is going to listen. You little shits. I am going into my preparation chamber. There I will meditate to focus my magical energies before the greatest of my works, a work which can only be accomplished on this night, when the veil between worlds is at its thinnest. Ordinarily, I would not explain these things to my own assistants, but I feel it is necessary. And can you blame me? You have behaved as a bunch of fools and hooligans. I am not to be disturbed until tomorrow.
Master, I'm going to be so quiet for you.
Thank you, Hopscotch. Carl.
Eh?
Put those back in the laundry where you found them.
That explains the brown marks. Okay, boss.
If he
Pay,
had
you're in
fiber
charge.
in his diet from eating a zine.
Sorry, we need to keep moving.
And he turns and he storms off to I think he snatches some food out of the kitchen in a huff. Like he slams the fridge and he wolfs down some leftovers straight out of the container cold.
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Stress ice cream.
He eats stress ice cream. And then he's like, I've eaten the ice cream. He goes to meditate.
Brain freeze.
It is time. He's fine because the pain, the headache you are all causing him puts any brain freeze to shame right now. So the disaster goal is, this is probably the easiest scene to destroy of the day. And you've put it at the end, which is, which had 2 actions. Our goal is 24. He is not to be disturbed. The window of the meditation chamber is made of expensive stained glass. If that window gets broken, add 2 disaster points. The mystic herbs that Demetrius is burning were carefully chosen for their ability to enhance magical power. If the herbs are replaced with different ones, I have to cross out one of his spells. He won't be able to use it. And the manual says, I bet if someone makes a really annoying noise, Demetrius would get all worked up. The first time someone does, Demetrius loses 2 energy. You're so much faster than me.
It's my job to watch the stream chat.
I was doing narration in my defense.
Yeah, no, you're good.
So that's where we are. He's burning mystic herbs. He's chanting mystic chants. He's seated on the floor in the preparation chamber. What kind of problems are we causing?
Mischief.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Okay, I'd love it. I love it. Anyone have a plan?
We should go play games outside as not to annoy Master.
I want to go try to play catch with at least one other person.
I love that.
Yennefer is like tromping in from the forest, where she inevitably landed. She has a bunch of burnt sticks on her. She does not look good. You've seen her mad. She's like real mad. And she sees Hopscotch and she goes, "You
come play catch with me."
I peg a ball at you.
I catch the ball and it turns to ashes.
Okay, never mind.
Now you have to throw it back.
He takes the ashes and throws them straight at you.
Okay, we need something better. And I'm going to go pick up like a rock and I'm going to try so hard to throw it your direction. And I'm instead going to throw it through the window of Demetrius's meditation room.
Perfect. Oh,
Keegan, sorry. Can I make a small modification?
Yes, please.
What you pick up is not a rock. What you pick up is a leather ball that is actually stuffed with toupee, because it'll resist the fire of Yennefer and then won't burn.
I will happily pick you up and throw you through the window if that is the question. We're gonna miss Yennefer anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about it being.
It gets one of us in the room.
It does get you in the room, and it throws you through a pane of glass, and that seems like a thing you're interested in at this point.
Yeah, that's like fun.
Okay, Yennefer, go along!
I was gonna go near the door and wait for the distraction and then slip in.
You're about to have a great distraction, because I send
I know.
Toupee flying.
you have the thinnest arms of all of us. Why are you throwing things?
I'm a professional pitcher!
You're gonna croak!
I thought you were a catcher.
So I would love
A flycatcher, maybe?
okay. So I don't. Let's
What stat do we call this? Is that the question here?
You're not doing it on purpose, so I'm thinking move something. Because your pitch is that Hopscotch is trying to play catch for real.
Yeah, and it's just very bad at it.
Yeah.
So bad
yeah,
at
that's
it.
water.
Yeah, that feels like water. I have 4 water.
Yeah. I think. No, you know what? He does not expect this. The toupee gets thrown through a main glass window. Yeah,
Go long,
we have an inflatable ball, or like a leather ball that toupee can climb into. Why? We don't know, but honestly, toupee is just
sort of like this at this point.
Weird little guys.
We can just like stitch it together with ourselves while we're inside it.
Oh.
So it's normally just open and then
it's like a snake having a hidey hole. It's like it makes toupee feel safe to be in the ball and get thrown through the plate.
I feel like Toupee heard the phrase "ball is life" once and really took that shit to heart.
Absolutely. So, Hopscotch, you broke the window.
I was trying so hard to behave in my defense.
You were trying so hard to be good. And you hear a shattering sound.
That's my cue.
That's your cue to slip into the meditation chamber. Yennefer, Hopscotch has broken the window.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting angrier just looking at him, and I'm gonna find there's, I assume, probably like a good trash can in the back, and people don't know this, but Yennefer likes to just kind of go like start trash fires, and so she's going to find that trash can, and what I'm hoping is that, I don't know, our wizard has like a love for, let's say, like Diet Pepsi, because that's the douchebag drink or whatever. I don't know. Just choosing something.
Collateral damage.
I'm a Diet.
I was gonna say Diet.
It's fine.
And then I was like, wait, he stinks. So anyway, then he drinks a lot of soda cans, so that when she starts like just trying to boil this metal, it makes the most god awful racket you've ever heard in your life.
Making a really annoying noise. He loses 2 energy because there's a really annoying noise. And because his child has been thrown through the window. So I'm going to assume we're adding wreck something for Yennefer.
Yeah.
We're adding 5, so that puts us at 9 of 24. Carl, you're in the room.
Yeah.
And he does not know you're here.
I'm gonna switch out the herbs and put in oregano, rosemary, thyme,
It's gonna smell like
coriander.
a pizza shop in here.
It's gonna be like very Italian. So yeah, I'll do that.
It's gonna make him hungry.
So okay,
I'm gonna get rid of some of his spells for the day.
You do. Because if he's only got 3, Apollonia can counterspell all of them, and you're good. What's my pitch here? You have Earth, right?
Yeah, but I also have wind.
Oh no, we're using dark because this is sneak around.
Yeah. 4 for dark.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to 13. Yeah, we're gonna go to 13, and we're gonna cross out. I'm gonna cross out locate object. So he normally has the magic ability to know exactly where something like his phone is. He didn't know it was missing in the last scene, or he would have cast that spell. And now he can't focus.
We logged him out of find my phone.
Tipe, we are 11 points away from ruining his meditation for good.
I
got another
there's
one.
this god awful racket outside, right?
Yep.
I fly through the window, smashing through it, right?
Yep.
I'm falling down. I untie myself and use the ball outside. It's like a little parachute, so I land right next to him. And I look up at him, and Toupee yells, "The villagers have come! The villagers are coming! Can't you hear them? They're coming for you!"
I am yelling really loudly.
And there's all of the popping crackle pop of the aluminum as it melts and burns. And...
Oh, that's what it is. Oh, I love that. That is. What is your dark?
4. Oh wait, this is a paradox. So let me roll real quick. I rolled a 1.
Which means we are using the opposite stat. What's your light?
Just 1.
Okay, so we're at 14 out of 24. That still gives us 1 round to do 10. And Carl has an idea. He's like, Toupee, did Carl put you up to this?
No.
You know how gullible you can be, Toupee. I don't hold it against you, but you're a little foolish, and you can't listen to Carl. He'll trick you because he's awful.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I forgive you. Yes. And he turns to start looking at the windows. No, I have to go back to my meditations. I have to prepare. Carl.
I've let loose a handful of crickets.
This is your simplest plan yet, and maybe the most devious.
It's just a handful of crickets, but I gotta tell you, that will...
Having had reptiles, a handful of crickets, that's game over for you. You have crickets in your house for the rest of your life.
And they're,
They get everywhere. They breed constantly.
And they make horrible noises. They feel awful in your hand. They bump into you. Cricket's bad. My previous reptile was a vegan, and this one eats froze to dinner because it's possible that he could lose a fight against a live dinner because he's stupid. And I love that for him. Honestly, Dixon, I'm feeling exactly right. I feel like you're exactly right. I feel like Demetrius is going to, first of all, Demetrius is going to see these crickets and just be like, my room's full of crickets. My room's full of crickets. And use summon fire. He's just like he's visibly losing his patience. The crickets, just like every cricket bursts into a little tiny fireball.
What they deserve.
And he has cast summon fire, which means he has 3 spells left. So lol on Demetrius if he's planning on casting spells on you guys. And that means the 3 of you need to make you're baiting out all of his spells, Carl. I gotta tell you, you're doing a really good job of making him cast spells. We need 10 points between Innifur, Toupee, and Hopscotch.
Where's the phone?
Where did he put it?
It's on a table in the corner, set to do not disturb.
But it's broken, right?
It's the screen's shattered.
I'm going to fix the phone so that it will set up an alarm that will start going off in about 2 minutes.
Toupee is so good. Toupee is so horrible. Okay, you're fixing something. What's your Earth, Toupee?
3.
3. $17 of 24. I need 7 points between Innifur and Hopscotch, and then we need to do the grand summoning. And I'm gonna go bananas.
Yeah. Innifur, do you know what you want to do here?
Absolutely not. Please go.
Okay, cool. Cool. Same.
Oh no.
No, you're fine. I feel bad. I've ruined my master's day, and I know the thing he would want most. And I think while everybody else has been getting up to nonsense and having run away from the window after breaking, which I don't believe he knows it's me yet. That's fine.
No.
I want to go. I want to go get some of the little woodland creatures that we made friends with earlier.
Yeah.
And I just want to sing him such a nice song. I just want to sit outside of his window and sing my frog song with all of my little woodland friends.
Well, that cuts some energy from him because that's very annoying. That's deeply annoying.
I feel like this is probably light. I am attempting to dazzle someone. I don't know that he...
You're attempting to dazzle him. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that he wants to be dazzled necessarily, but it is what I'm attempting to do.
I don't know that he does.
Yeah, so I have nothing in light. How does this work? Light's not one of the stats I have.
Let's find a stat you've got.
Okay, cool. Let's see. I could argue this is me telling someone to come help me sing a song.
Can I argue something better for you?
Sure.
You're trying to fix something. You're trying to fix the situation.
Yeah, I am trying to heal someone with
You're
song.
trying to you're trying to make it better.
Yeah, I'm happy to call that water, which I have 4 in.
All right. That better. So we're gonna add 4. We are at 21 of 24. Innifur.
Master, I learned Freebird!
Yeah, no. This is the final straw for Innifur.
Master, I learned Freebird. Master, I learned Freebird.
No, please.
I'll record that later. It'll go on the Patreon. We don't have a Patreon.
Okay,
Sorry. Innifur has hit her limit.
Yeah. So this is the final straw. The master has summoned fire. That is not her. And she can sense it. She can see it through the window. She watches those crickets burn and knows she could have been the one to burn them. She's made up her mind. She's going to go and try to get Apollonia to summon her instead. But before she does, she's going to burn it all down. I'm going to try to set the house on fire.
Yeah, Cal wins!
The house is
I could set
burning.
something smaller on fire if that's better.
The house is burning down to Freebird.
I'm gonna pitch that, like, so that we still have a setting for the final scene.
I don't think it's going to be successful, but
Can I pitch that you light the outhouse on fire and it's awful?
absolutely. Yep.
It's absolutely awful. And he looks up at the clock. He's like, I'm out of time. I'm out of time. I'm out of time. All right. Okay. The hour approaches. The stars align. The time has come. God. Oh. Dark powers give me strength. I'll need them on this night. So, here's what is happening. We're going to start with the base grand summoning. The base grand summoning, where is it? Right here. Has a disaster goal of 12 per player, or 48. However, you each get 3 actions during the grand summoning. And we've also got some other things. Apollonia is here. 3 times during this scene, she can counterspell a spell that Demetrius has cast. We're decreasing the disaster goal by 5 because the villagers are coming with torches. So that's already kind of a problem for Demetrius. Let's see. His meditation being ruined, I think, takes 4 fewer energy. He only has 15 energy and no spells. Oh, no. And finally, mediumship. There's a ghost here. There's
And
a
isn't
ghost here.
who added to the disaster because of the mediumship?
No,
Children.
the mediumship going wrong is that there are ghosts at the grand summoning. The seance was not properly concluded, and there are the spirits of the dead here. They're effectively another player, controlled by party consensus. Their stats are dark 4, air 3, water 2, light 1. They count as a player.
Does that mean they add to our total?
According to the rules, yes.
Okay. So it's 60.
Minus 5, so 55.
Okay.
So now my question is, we are running low on time, so I think what I would love to do is truncate the goal a little bit, go to 2 actions, and go to disaster goal of 35. So still high, but doable. Doable in 2 actions. If I know anything about mathematics, then I'll be the first to admit that I don't. So Demetrius has drawn a great circle in chalk on the floor of his ritual room. There's a cauldron burning to his left. There is a great and ancient staff in his right hand. An orrery spins at the center of the room, mimicking the movement of the stars in the heavens, from which he takes his great power and inspiration. There is a ceiling made of glass through which the light of the all-illuminating moon and stars on this most sacred of nights can be seen. And Demetrius is invoking a power that, if it is correctly invoked, Carl, could fuck your shit up.
What?
You're a devil? This is a devil. You're a little imp. This is like your boss's boss he is trying to invoke for wisdom here.
Great granddad.
And great granddad is not to be messed with.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we find ourselves.
Okay, I know what I want to do.
Okay.
I want to stand at the window, kind of out of sight. I'd like to light a big fire, and I'd like to cause a draft that will hopefully throw his little spinny thing off. Is that silly?
A little bit, but I love it.
Okay.
I love it. Do you have water?
No.
Okay. So now we got to think of how we're conceptualizing this.
I could do dark. I could sneak in there and
You know what?
create
like
a little
that.
draft somewhere else instead.
I like that. I like that. I like the sneak around. I like the dark. Yeah.
You're
Okay.
you're tricking him because you're making it spin the wrong direction.
There we go.
Yeah.
That means he'll summon an angel.
That will also, to use the same phrase, fuck your shit up, probably.
Almost certainly. I don't think he knows. I don't think he knows. So I would love to hear some stuff.
I am also going to be sneaky with my dark of 4. Well, I have a paradox, so I need to roll this. But I'm going to use my hairy arms to erase part of the chalk and draw it back, but in a different color. Like make it like a bright pink.
Toupee. I think Demetrius tries to cast a spell here. Demetrius can hear something moving, so he tries to cast Summon Light to see what's going on. And like a bolt goes in through the window and just kind of eats his spell. Who could have done such a thing?
God, she's so hot.
Who could have done such a thing?
I rolled a 2 on my
Okay, so
on my
we're using
paradox.
dark as intended.
Which is 4.
Carl.
Is there anyone else here other than us and Master?
There's the villagers with the pitchforks outside.
There's villagers outside with pitchforks.
Okay, I want to let them in
Apollonia
the
is
back
here,
door.
by the way. She is here.
Oh.
Let's not. Oh, and there's ghosts. There's dead ghosts. Sorry, you want to lead the pitchforks?
Yeah, I don't know what that would be though. I don't want to lead them. I just want to I guess tell them how to get in and where he is.
Wind,
So that would
yeah.
be
Tell
wind, yeah.
someone.
I've got a paradox though.
Roll it.
It's cocked. It's a 4. I rolled
4.
an even.
What's your wind?
3.
3. So we are bringing in the villagers. They're really mad.
Am I leading them astray?
Yeah, it's not a good idea for them to be here right now.
Okay, does that give us an extra 1 then?
It
since that's
does,
my
because that's
thing?
what happens when you lead someone astray.
Okay. And I give them exact directions.
Yep, and the people are storming the gates. We love that hopscotch.
Oh goodness, I haven't thought yet.
What we want the ghosts to do.
Yeah, no,
Sorry, what
I
were
have an
the
idea
ghosts'
for the
stats
ghost.
again?
the ghost has 4 dark, 3 air, 2 water, 1 light, which I know because I just spent time looking for it and writing it down.
I have like a vague idea.
I'd love to hear
So I don't know if ghosts can do this, but I was assuming that there's like an open thing through which you can view like the sky. Yeah.
A skylight?
Glass ceiling, a skylight.
Yes, thank you, skylight. I assume there's one of them. That
Yep.
just seems like a good thing. So what if the ghost like spread its ectoplasm across that and like shaded it?
Yeah.
Like made it opaque, kind of. I mean, this is a minor inconvenience. That's what we're going for.
It's look, this game is about a series of minor inconveniences adding up to a disaster.
We've been doing some minor inconveniences, like catching his outhouse on fire.
Okay, listen, some of us are a little bit more major than minor.
Yeah, that's fair. That's
It's
fair.
absolutely true.
One of us is a
Fist for the
frog,
people!
and one of us is elemental fire.
Yeah.
So I would say that's dark, like a type of like sneaky trickery.
Yeah, which means the
Spreading your
ghost has
ectoplasm
a
out.
paradox.
Cool.
But rolls a 4, which means the dark is dark. We're going for 16.
The dark is darking. Um,
And Demetrius suddenly realizes the ghosts are still here.
I think while Demetrius is dealing with his ghost problem, I want to just sort of lightly move everything around him. Just every time he's not looking at something, I want to move it like a few inches to the right. I just want it to be
Yes.
slightly inconvenient that every time he goes to reach for something, it is not exactly where he thought it was, but then he looks for it and it's right there. It's just like 3 inches from his hand.
That's so annoying.
Yeah.
What's your water?
My water's 4.
You're a water creature, so that's 20. You're a wet baby.
I'm the wet baby.
Now everyone added 4, right?
I think so.
I
think
did.
so, yeah.
Yeah, so we've got 20. I can do math. Got 20 out of 35.
Okay, everyone. Round
One more
2. Start.
Massive annoying thing to fully ruin this demon summoning ritual. And his Halloween.
If nobody else has a thought, I'm happy to immediately go again.
You know what? Got it.
Cool. I think so. You said he's trying to summon like a demon.
Yeah, he's trying to make a contract with a demon, like a medieval wizard in a grimoire do.
Yeah. So I want to go over to where the portal is, like presumably like crackling and starting to open a little bit.
Mhm.
And I just want to speak through it. I want to get behind it and be like,
He's a really bad master. You don't want to come here. You want to stay in hell. It's probably quite warm there. It's very cold here.
I want to just try to trick them into thinking it's real bad here. It's bad here, just in a very different way than I'm explaining it.
Hopscotch. Oh, hopscotch.
I just want him to end up with a really shitty demon if he is successful.
You have a dark of 3.
Yeah.
So that's 23. You're just hopscotch.
He doesn't know I'm speaking to you. So maybe send your least favorite friend through.
What's everyone
Yeah.
else up to?
I've got an idea, but it might be good to go last.
Okay, I love that. I love that energy. Don't Dixon. He can't resummon Carl. One is enough. One Carl is enough.
No, I love the idea that he summons Carl from across the room. We'll find out, but
Yeah. Okay. The Toupee and Innifer have some thoughts or feelings.
the ghost can also go if we would.
The
be.
ghosts can go.
If
Yeah.
you guys have ideas for the ghost, I'm thinking real hard.
Yeah, no worries. I got it. I would like, if this sounds cool to the group, the ghost to just sort of fly around the room and be a nuisance. very like fly over to a shelf and shake it really hard, and then fly over and like, ooh, it's floating a book. I want to get up to real poltergeist activity, but I want to argue that that's wind, and he's just sort of flying all over the place.
Yeah. No, I can absolutely buy that. Let's do that. Yeah, the ghost is just like flying around, being a nuisance. And I think Demetrius recognizes that like this ghost is annoyed or something. And so he tries to cast charm to stop this from happening. And wouldn't you know it, he can't do that. Because a bolt comes in through the window and swallows his spell up.
I love that because we broke the window earlier. Presumably, Paulina can just hear what's going on, and she's like, no.
Absolutely not. That's, yeah.
She's outside eating some, like, Smart Right popcorn.
Yeah. Every so often, she throws a piece to Jessup. They're having a great time.
Oh, and watch this counterspell.
Got him.
You go ahead.
Okay. So I think what Yennefer's gonna do is, again, she's just so mad. And she's gonna grab everybody else that she can. So like grab Hopscotch's little wet hand, grab Carl. She can find Carl. Not really grab Toupee, but motion Toupee to come. And then she's gonna lead them all right in front of Demetrius, and she's gonna plant herself there in her most girly pop, hands on hip stance, and she's gonna say, "You know what? This is enough. I'm tired of this. You've been treating us like shit all day long, and I just can't handle this anymore. And if you don't stop, I'm gonna set Toupee on fire."
I don't have a stat for demanding better working conditions.
I'm unionizing.
We're a union! You can't treat us like this!
Back to the portal.
He's union busting!
He's gonna tell us we're a family next.
Toupee, I thought we were family.
Piss for the people!
Oh my God.
I have something very good for this moment.
Go
I would
ahead.
love
So
it.
so earlier I messed up the circle, right?
Yeah, you did.
I'm going to fix it. But you see,
Oh.
here's the thing. You know how sometimes when you plug in something and you do it a bit wrong, or you're a bit too aggressive about it, and sometimes the spark kind of tries to jump across the things. Yeah, we're gonna do that, but I am the plug.
Are you gonna just like magically electrocute yourself on this circle?
Basically.
Oh my God, Toupee! A horrible
wanna-
little creature.
You want to hear what I wanted to do before you
I
go through
do.
that? Okay, so while you guys are all distracting him, Carl actually has magical knowledge and power, right? So he's going
Yeah,
to use that magical knowledge and power to change the summoning circle so it will summon Demetrius. And we will bind him to be our minion.
This
That's
is
unionizing,
incredible.
baby.
That's
Unionizing,
unionizing, baby.
Did you tell me about this ahead of time?
Yeah, I think I would to get you to help me because
Because
Hey,
that
you
would
can
make this
dust
moment so much
zines and
better.
stuff. You
Yes.
can dust and do the chalking, and I'll do the changes in the grimoire and start reading it out.
I'm reading off our terms
Sure.
for negotiation while you guys are doing this in order to hold Demetrius' attention.
And we demand 2 zines a month to eat! And we demand you buy them from RpgZine.Club!
We're tired of third edition.
I know they're Wizards of the Coast, but you don't have to buy from them.
We want the latest from up and coming designers in the industry.
So yeah, I'm thinking basically like, I know Toupee knows what's about to happen, and so Toupee kind of puffs up with their feet ready, and they say, "We are family with them, but not with you." Boom, and then.
Toupee! And then I think, yeah, the circle is completed. I'm so done with numbers at this point because this is entirely too perfect for you to just like. Demetrius blinks out of existence for a moment and then reappears in the portal, having been summoned through the portal. And he looks around to see that he's bound by the magic circle now. What is this? What is happening? And then, yeah, this is. Carl knows how to bind someone to your service magically. Carl's a demon. He's a little demon, but he's a demon. And using the articles of unionization that Yennefer has angrily drafted up. And like Hopscotch has a connection to Demetrius magically. That's the point of a familiar. So Hopscotch is capable of channeling some of Demetrius's magical power.
Well,
which means...
And Apollonia probably would have been like, hell yeah, I support unions.
She does.
Yeah. So she might have helped.
You know what? Yeah. Yeah.
She still had like one spell left, right? One counter spell she never used?
I think he tries to summon Dark to bail. To just like obscure his vision and bail.
We
and
hear
like,
Apollonia from the other room yell,
I won't cross a picket line.
Yeah, no, I absolutely won't cross a picket line. Sorry. Have fun, little guys. You might want to get your new pet out of here before the villagers arrive, though. Bye.
I like the idea that next session is everybody taking turns playing the wizard, getting under the feet of his familiars.
You guys, this was so fun. Thank you. And I think that's a good Halloween for you guys. It's a good Halloween for the minions. It is the worst Halloween Demetrius has ever had. And not only did you ruin his Halloween, which is what the game is about, but you made it so he's not going to ruin any more of your work days. And honestly, isn't that better?
Mm-hmm.
I love this so much. I'm so glad. Thank you all for playing with me tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was so much fun. Thanks for it.
I'm so glad you had fun.
On our way out, does everybody want to go around one more time, say who they are, where we can find you, and then we'll wave goodbye and tell everyone we'll see you next time.
Oh, one more thing. I have a tradition when I play my games. It is called Memory Time. I would love everyone to share a memory that was very impactful on their outro.
Yeah, that's
quickly.
Perfect.
It is.
I will go last just so I can close out the stream. So somebody else can go first.
I am Kat. I am the flight attendant on Take Flight, my talk show where I get designers set up with mentorship in the industry and airplanes, metaphors. One of my favorite memories was Apollonia just absolutely cooing over Carl was very fun for me to do. That was a fun voice to do. That's very much how I interact with a little guy. Loved it. Loved that very much. That was super fun for me.
I'll go next. Hessen, you can find me at Hessens County on YouTube or hessenscounty.com or Hessen Young D on itch and other socials. My favorite memory, I believe, was probably when the meteor came crashing down on the donation table because that set up so much after that. So that was cool.
Oh, that ruled, yeah.
I can go next. I'm Mary Lee. You can find me online, usually at Mary Lee Buffkin. That's my full name. Or you can go to my card, which is marylee.crd.co. My name is spelled weird. Good luck. My big moment was basically every time that Toupee was unfolding the scheme that inevitably led to me just being like, okay, so another point for Toupee being a masochist, +1. Like every single one of those. I was always like, how are they gonna hurt themselves this time? It's always gonna somehow happen.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
It was fun. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, I guess that's me then.
That's you.
I'm Sarah from Sarah Does Stuff. All of my linkies are on Linktree/Sarah Does Stuff. It's Drive Through RPG, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, that kind of thing. I'm going to be very selfish with my favorite moment, and it's Piss for the People, obviously. Hashtag Piss for the People.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's me. I'm gonna close this out. I'm Keegan. I own 5% of this company. My favorite moment this stream. Honestly, there were so many good moments this stream, and it's really hard to sort of narrow it down to one. But I think, I think the running Eat a Zine joke truly had me.
I just put it in chat as you said that.
Yeah, I think the running Eat a Zine joke, the first time you said it, had me laugh for easily 5 minutes straight. Yeah, this whole thing's been great, but we don't have a good way to end these streams, so we're all gonna wave and tell everybody goodbye. Have fun,
Bye.
and